can't believe this, out of my mind. Said I can't believe this, feels so right. Never letting go, holding on. I can't believe this, out of my mind. You, me, and I know seen you lately, no. I've been trying to be real patient. All this waiting's got me anxious. Where you been, baby? About that time now, come here, let's rewind. Watch me please you, let me ease your mind. It's about that time, about that time. Get your camera ready. Make sure it's focused on me, yeah. Just forget about your meeting. You and me alone all weekend. I'll keep you breathing heavy. About that time now, come here, let's rewind. Watch me please you, let me ease your mind. It's about that time, exhale all the bullshit of my life. Yeah. I inhale all the love that I can find. Yeah. I am not the same no more. Nothing even matters like it did before. I'm brand new, brand new me, like a breakthrough. Brand new me, I'm brand new, brand new me. I'm telling you, brand new, oh, I'm brand new, brand new me, like a breakthrough. I'm a brand new me, brand new, yeah, yeah. I'm a brand new me. All the haters I can find. Yeah. I inhale all the rays of sunshine. Yeah. I am not the same no more. Nothing even matters like it did before. I'm brand new, brand new me, like a breakthrough. Brand new me, I'm brand new, brand new me. I'm telling you, brand new me. I'm brand new, brand new me, like a breakthrough. Brand new me, I'm brand new, brand new me. I'm telling you, brand new, oh, I'm brand new, brand new me, like a breakthrough. I'm a brand new me, brand new, yeah, yeah. I'm a brand new me. Oh, it's a new day, a new life, a new way to go. And I fight the storm. Oh, it's a new day, a new life, a new way to go. And I fight the storm. I'm brand new, brand new me, like a breakthrough. You and I were laying in the moonlight, dreaming about the places we've been all night, wishing for our secrets to unfold. We just need somebody to hold. You and I were laying in the moonlight, dreaming about the places we've been all night, wishing for our secrets to unfold. We just need somebody to hold. Hold on tight, are you ready for the night? We're just getting started, living young hearted. Hold me close, don't you ever let go. Our love is uncharted, we're living young hearted. Our love is uncharted, we're living young hearted. You and I were laying in the moonlight, dreaming about the places we've been all night, wishing for our secrets to unfold. We just need somebody to hold. 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 Hold on tight, are you ready for the night? We're just getting started, living young hearted. Hold me close, don't you ever let go. Our love is uncharted, we're living young hearted. Our love is uncharted, we're living young hearted. You and I were laying in the moonlight, dreaming about the places we've been all night, wishing for our secrets to unfold.
Wide awake, smiling still in my bed. The running scenes of last night through my head. Our first date walked to Pier 66. My lips, your lips, my heart beating right out my chest. When I held you, I had something that I knew I need so bad. Yeah, I need your love so bad. Your love so bad. Your love so bad. Yeah, I need your love so bad. Count me flew to deep Mexico. For a week, you and me all alone. Till forever I had something that I know I need so bad. Yeah, I need your love so bad. Your love so bad.
I can hear your voice. I can hear you through the silence. Through the silence. Through the silence. I can hear your voice. I can hear you through the silence. Through the silence. Through the silence. I can hear your I can hear your voice. I can hear you through the silence. Through the silence. Through the silence. I can hear your voice. I can hear you through the silence. Through the silence. Through the silence. I can hear your
Africa TV Freak Up Studio live. LG Ultra Gear and Hot 6 2021 GSL Season 1.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another day of the GSL Codas. The round of 8 is upon us, and I couldn't be more excited. I love it when we finally get to this phase. We're done with the group phases.
Yes, the round of 8 is always just hype as can be, really.
Yeah.
And so much on the line. You make that round of 4, and you are seeded into the next round of 16, which is a big deal. And, of course, like round of 4, that is so close to the finals. The prize money getting out of control and everything. We're into best of 5 territory, single limb. We have 2 new maps.
Yes.
Even our 4-player map is good for the first time in GSL history.
That's right. We're actually having 4-player maps, which have not been a thing for a long time in StarCraft 2, but I think it's good we're doing stuff like this, like having 4-player maps and then having other new maps come into the tournament as well.
Yeah. It's
keeps it fresh.
I know. I'm so excited that they actually are using these maps. It's like really good turnaround time because they just came out like 11 days ago or something.
We should have
like
some
that.
interesting games on them as well here. We'll see.
Yeah.
Not a ton of time to really iron out all the weird quirks that happen.
For sure.
When a new map comes out, sometimes there's weird stuff. Like I didn't know you could put a tank here and hit this. And so we'll see if we have any fun situations like that for you guys tonight.
Yeah, and we'll be adding in. Well, we'll talk about the maps in a little bit, but two of the new 3 maps. The one that's more imbalanced, Beckett won't be joining us. Basically,
Yes.
The bad one I was going to say.
You were like, the maps.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. I guess we're going to go immediately. So we're bringing in 2,000 atmospheres, and this one. I want to mention the most important aspect of this map is it's an underwater map, so we have the chance for Reapers to float straight up like they're going to heaven again.
That's right.
And that's going to be amazing. Blackburn, which looks super fun and super cool. Probably going to be a slightly better map for Terran overall, but it's one of these ones where you're actually both starting at the bottom of the map. So there's opportunities, like, for instance, to expand upwards, right? And there's kind of like a shorter push distance. We have some slow zones in the air around the bases, so even though they're very, very close, it's like kind of hard to actually get in there and drop. A single missile turret's like 50 there.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, so, and well, I guess we'll talk more about them as we get into them.
But our round of 8 is going to be broken up into 2 days here. Tonight we're going to have Bunny versus Dream, and then Rogue versus Zest. And, of course, on Thursday, Hurricane versus Maro, and then Innovation versus Trap. The lower half of the bracket, I think, a lot harder to call. Now, Bunny has been upset after upset after upset. Yeah. It's always exciting to see a player like him get to the round of 8, but the way that he got here makes me wonder if he actually could be a favorite, and we're just not really committed to that idea because we're so used to the results we saw in previous GSLs.
Yeah. Well, I'm very against that idea, but yeah.
For who he's defeated already, I think he can take on Dream.
Dude, he did get the wins against some strong players. I cannot take that away from him. But just kind of the way it was done and the way the games looked, I'm like, oh, this has to run out.
All right, before we have for the first match of tonight, we're going to have an interview with the 2 players. And they're all very skilled players, and they have made it to the round of 8. And I'm sure they made sore preparation beforehand. And it's Bunny of Team MB and Dream of Good Game Gaming. Hello. Hello. First of all, Dream, Bunny, you made it to your round of 8 after 2 years. And this round of 8 means a lot to you, and you desire it so much. So how do you feel today? Well, when I made it to my first round of 8, I didn't really know what to do. Everything was really messy. But this time I've gained some experience, and I made some enjoyable preparation beforehand. And before, you mentioned that you didn't want to play against Maru, who's in the same team as you. So how did you feel when your wish was granted? I really hope that Dream would come here to round of 8. He seems the easiest opponent for me. So I really wish that. And in conclusion, I'm really happy that Dream came to round of 8. So Dream, Bunny is your opponent. How do you feel about that?
너무 자신은 있고요, 일단.
I'm really confident in this matchup. Sure.
그냥 다른 테란에 비해서 저는
And
그렇게
compared to other Terran
무섭진
players,
않아요.
and Bunny is
무섭진
the
않다.
kind of the least fearful out of the Terran players.
8강을 밟았고 이후 2시즌
And
만에
Dream, after 4 years, you made it to your round of 8 last year, and then you made it back to round of 8 after 2 seasons. So how do you feel?
당연하다라고까지는 아니지만 어렵진 않은 것 같아요. 그렇게 막 그리고 8강이 아직 높은 자리는 아니라고.
I mean, the round of 8, I'm not satisfied here. I want to
오늘
climb higher.
태태전 참 흥미로워 보입니다.
So this TVT is going to be really interesting to watch.
전태환을 꺾고 올라왔거든요. 김도욱 선수를 이겼기 때문에
So,
자신 있다
Bunny
말씀하셨는데
has beaten
상대방의
TY in order to
태태전에
come
대한
here.
생각은 어떤가요?
So how do you regard Bunny's TVT?
경기를 봤는데
I've seen him play.
실력으로 이긴 것 같진 않고.
And I don't think he beat TY in terms of skills.
약간 준비성과 약간 빌드의 엇갈림.
I think it's more of preparation and the build just conflicting.
네, 이 정도.
So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say for now.
이제 평온하신 것 같아요. 조성주 선수와 준비하신 걸로 알고 있는데
So Bunny, I heard that you prepared with Maru before today's match.
개념은 좀 부족한 것 같다 이야기를 하셨거든요. 이 연습
And
같이
Dream
할 수도
also
있고,
mentioned
이
that
발언에 대해서
Maru
어떻게 생각하시나요?
has really high APM, but he lacks the concept of Terran. Do you agree?
인정하는 게 또 성주인데
I mean, everyone agrees that Maru is the best.
이기고 그렇게 말을 했으면은 되게 멋있었을 텐데.
I mean, it would have been cool if Dream beat Maru and said that, but he lost to Maru and said that, so I think he was a little bit sulky there.
예, 근데 사실 좀 재밌었어요.
But you know, it was quite
자,
interesting
오늘
to watch.
경기 한편으로는 조성주 선수와 전태양 선수의 결승 2차전으로 봐도 될 것 같은데요. 마지막으로
Well, this is gonna be really similar to how Maru and TY will play. So Bunny, before we start the match, anything you want to say?
게임을 하게 돼서 되게 좀 설레기도 하고.
You know, I'm really happy to play against Dream today. Really excited. I prepare really hard, and I know Dream's a good player too. So we want to put up a good match without regrets. Right, Dream? What do you want to say?
좀 지금 일단 긴장이 많이 되는데.
I'm a little
빨리
nervous.
경기를 하고 싶고.
I just want to quickly get into the game.
오늘 이었으면 좋겠네요.
And I hope I can win today. And I hope we put up a great
두
fight.
선수 중 누가 이기든 생애 첫 GSL 4강에
And we will see who gets to win out of this stellar TVT. Will it be Bunny? Will it be Dream? We'll find out just now.
Thank you, Andy. Yeah, we're ready to go into this first best of 5, and I couldn't be more excited. I want to see how Bunny performs. I mean, result-wise, he's been having the season of his life.
Yeah.
Dream is, I don't know, I have a hard time placing where he should be against Bunny here. How about you?
No, I think it is very hard because the way Bunny got here, he did beat two of our biggest names in stats and TY, but the games were a little bit funky, a lot of cheesing going on, some very fortunate build order choices against unfortunate build order choices. That type of thing just occurred a lot on his path here, so that's not really replicable. And then you look at Dream, and Kira's been putting out some of the worst games we've ever seen lately, and that was one of the players that he beat on the way here. So, like, I mean, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I'm like, whoever gets the round of 4 out of this had the easiest path.
Well, I mean, let me push back a little bit on that. You're right, he did have some builds that worked out that could be planning. But with Dream, I mean, I don't know that Dream is going to have an easy time at all here against Bunny. I think he's a good player. He's got a lot of promise, and, you know, he's done with his military service. So the sky's the limit now in your esports career. You can do professional gaming as long as you can compete until you're dead, basically.
Totally,
the only thing, you know, in the Korean esports that holds you back in your career really is your military service, because you just have to do that. Unless you somehow were to get exempt, which I don't think has really happened yet. Yeah,
You'd
very
rather
rare.
do it. The things you get exempt for are not fun.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see here.
Do you have a prediction who's going to actually end up taking it?
No, I actually don't have a prediction for this one. I really can't. If I were to give one, I'd just be pulling one out of my ass. I don't want to do that. I think that it could go either way. I think it could be a 3-0 even either way.
Wow.
I mean, Bunny has done so well, but yeah, I mean, it wasn't like he exhibited the greatest Terran play. He selected builds very well against his opponent, so I think we're better. That says something.
Yeah.
And I don't think Terran is going to be a threat for him in the rest of this tournament. So if he's got the best TVT builds, whether it be mechanically gifted ones or builds that surprise and hard counter or even blind counter what his opponent's doing, that's fine too. A win is a win here.
Yeah.
And in a best of 5, there's a lot of ways that you can handle that that road.
Well, you're definitely right about all that, and that's what matters, right? We're in a best of 5, so however you get those wins, that's legit. Let's do it.
New maps as well. 2000 atmosphere for our first map. Bunny versus Dream has loaded up. Let's get this best of 5 going.
2021 GSL Season 1.
We stood at the edge of the world, seized the stakes. They're living a life like dead bodies.
Team NV, Bunny. Good Game Gaming, Dream.
Do you know what the slowest swimming fish is?
The slowest swimming fish? I don't.
It's a type of seahorse.
Huh.
Yeah. I just wanted to let you know.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
That's
no we're on an underwater map, so I gotta
yeah,
bring
this
those
is
extra
good. We're on
facts.
these underwater maps. It does make
it's very cool.
the death animations a lot cooler. Dream has made a second Rax
He
in
loves
the middle of the
Rax
map.
Reaper, man. He does love it in this matchup.
So, this is one of the rare moments where I almost wish we had a little bit more time to talk about how hard this is to call before we start the game. A lot of times I just wish we could actually go right into the game because then there's so much more to say. But these maps are brand new.
Yeah.
There's so
They've
much
been on
that could
ladder
happen.
for, I want to say 11 days, something like that.
Yeah, I want to say
very short.
Definitely not enough time to really have them all ironed out. So this is going to be fun to see, how the players are going to handle this and behave. A lot of times when you have a brand new map, you see a cheese or a rush or some kind of strategy that maybe you can only do once.
Yeah, and you don't really figure out the proxy locations completely until the end, like the best places in the normal scout paths and stuff like that. So the meta can change for how you want to go about that as well. Looks like Bunny opening up with a 1-base tech build here, which can definitely be reasonable against 2-Rax Reaper. His first Reaper going out. This is kind of crucial that he does not lose that. Looks like he does want to go for a command center here.
Yeah, for the defender, the first Reaper is so important against 2-Rax here because if you lose 1 or 2 of these, the damage can really begin to snowball.
Yeah, and here they come. The 2 Reapers coming up right now and going to be able to get rid of that SCV immediately, start putting some damage onto that command center. You should know that this is a factory opener based on the timing of that.
Here come the 2 Reapers now moving down the ramp, an SCV to come here and help finish off the construction of that bunker. This SCV is very low on HP. He actually gets the kill on that. Dream's strategy already backfiring as the Hellion comes out. The bunker will never finish. And I think the rush is going to grind to a halt.
Well, he made some more, so he has 4. I think he can still pressure lightly, but I think you're right. It's like, it's almost held, but he's actually getting right up on top of it. Maybe he was not expecting 4 Reapers to come up there, but...
Yeah, I was surprised that it missed microing each unit there. It looks like he'll barely stabilize now. 1 Reaper's not going to cut it, but that was a little bit scary. I like the SCV pulled off there just to give a little bit of repair to
That was
ensure,
very exacting, wasn't it?
Yeah, that there's enough repair sustained so that the Hellion doesn't die. He throws that back on. He'll finish the command center.
And
bit of a trade overall, I'd say.
It was pretty close. I think that at the end of that, you have to say that Bunny's opener was a little bit better, right? Like, he gets his command center up nice and quickly, and he's just, his factory's done. He's got his starport finished up as well. So that's all right, though. We do have the barracks floating back here for Dream. He's taking down his 3rd command center as well. And we'll see where it goes from there. Siege tanks being produced.
Yeah, overall, I don't think Dream's in a terrible spot here, despite that not really working out at all. It is tanks coming out now for Dream, whereas we have a Cyclone here being produced out of the factory. Probably tanks after the Cyclone. We don't really have people make tons of Cyclones anymore. Gumiho's not here.
He's supposed to be coming back, though. That's actually...
I want to see if when he does come back, if that's what he's going for, because he always had these sort of weird builds where you're like, oh, that's a funny mix of units. Is that going to actually work out? And
You know, that's actually like out of all the players that will be coming back, I feel like there's 3 players in StarCraft 2 that I am incredibly excited to have return.
Yeah.
Gumiho, Hero, and Classic. I can't wait until we have those 3 back in GSL. Like, those 3 added so much flavor to this tournament, so much.
I think when they're when they do finish that military service, there's going to be other players that we adore that are going to be leaving as well.
Yes, for
so
sure.
There's going to be this funny rotation until all the guys complete it.
Yeah.
I love that we saw the Marine's head fly off there and go up.
Yeah, look at that. There he goes. He went up. But yeah, it's kind of a funny thing, right? Like we have players leaving now, like TY and Zest are both going this year.
Yeah.
I believe there's someone else really good going this year as well. It's evading my brain, but yeah, I mean, we don't even have everyone having gone to the military yet, even in Brood War, right? Which is an older player base than StarCraft 2.
It's
so
actually crazy people haven't gone to the
a while.
military yet in Brood War, by the way. I don't know what the I mean, no Flash is about to go, but I mean, honestly, like, some of those guys, I'm like, there was plenty of moments you could have actually gone and come back.
A little bit of poke in there by Bunny. And I've got myself all excited. I'm like, ooh, like some of these future GSLs, as these guys come back, are going to be sick.
That's right. A scan comes down here. And Dream's going to be pushing out. Now, this might be an army that can fight this over here. I mean, 2 Ravens.
Oof.
Marines.
I think Bunny will slaughter this if they actually...
These Marines, when they're shot, they fly away like ninja stars. It's hilarious.
That's the way it should be.
Whoa. Big misplay there by Bunny. He actually would have had a volley that could have connected in there.
And we actually see Dream target down one of the Ravens really quickly. A lot of stuff dying here, though.
Bunny is just wrecking. That's funny because they both miscontrolled there. There was definitely some misstepping. With 3 tanks, if he can get this last tank, oh, I guess the last tank's actually the one down there, excuse me, but you could actually start to push onto their base, whether that's the 3rd or the natural.
I guess he ended up killing 2 Ravens there, which is pretty all right, and it's just like a quick stim for Dream, which is allowing him to actually do something here.
Yeah.
This was like kind of a funny looking situation.
Yeah, there was mismanaged moments on both sides, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Dream really screwed up in his control. Bunny actually could have punished even harder.
Yeah.
And then Bunny came in, and I think he wasn't entirely sure of himself either. He basically got in between the 3rd and the 2nd, and then tried to hold a position that he couldn't hold, and he was landing Vikings at moments when, I don't know, the whole thing was weird.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely a bit of an overextension there by Dream in the beginning. I think the only reason he did it probably was because he had Stim, and he knew he had Stim very quickly with, you know, his double barracks opener. But yeah, it was. It didn't look like the normal engagements that we see, you know, when TY plays Bjorn or something, right? We won't normally see anything that looks quite like that. But okay, I mean, at the end of that, they're pretty close, I guess, overall. Dream seems to have the advantage with his 1-1 already done. It's about halfway done for Bunny. Worker-wise, they're very, very close. 4th CC coming up for Dream. I think that the big mistake of Bunny, because like he had a better army when they engaged, right? And he did kind of slaughter, but then he just like kept going and kept going. And the thing is, when you get to like very small armies in TVT, like the Stim Marines will start to just beat all that. Like he has just 2 tanks. The SCVs come out and fight at that point. Whereas if he had retained that, if he had pulled back a little bit and then maybe reinforced, had his Stim finish and move out, maybe he's getting a good angle and gets some more value with that.
Yeah, it is a funny thing. Small Terran armies fights can go either way. And like you see 2 tanks and a few Marines. Some Stim Marines can just get in there and they'll kill the tank so fast it's insane.
Yeah.
And I think he really gave up a good spot. It does seem like Dream is just propelling further and further ahead here. There's no 4th base to deny, whereas Dream is taking his. But he could still try to push it and do some damage. Let's see.
Well, even just kind of roaming out in this area, I think, is pretty worthwhile because he's the one that took the 4th, right? So if you can keep a little bit of action on your opponent's side of the map, it's going to be very difficult for them to actually do any counter damage to you. Now, they both are controlling the watchtowers on their sides of the map. I kind of really like seeing this little mini game we see around the tower in the top left, right? These are, no, I did an episode this past week, a Pylon show, about these new maps, and we were talking a lot about, we haven't seen that many watchtowers lately on maps, right?
Right, yeah.
And but these ones kind of off to the side are a bit more interesting because they're like maybe not as important areas. They don't control the map as well, but definitely a little mini game there where you can watch big portions as well. So we see, yeah, the back and forth, right? He originally had a Marine here, and then a few Marines from Dream came up, so his Marine ran, and now he comes back with his little group of Marines for that little fight.
Right.
Cool stuff.
Can he push up over here? 3 tanks. No Raven with this army, by the way. Actually, no Raven on either side.
Yeah.
Superior number of Vikings.
Did he just fire on his own Viking?
I think he did. I actually got confused there. Yeah, this is way more here for Bunny. He's going to drive this back. I don't think he can get any real ground here.
No,
probably pushing on the wrong side, I think. And I think we're getting more and more into a game where this map is going to simply be cut in half.
Yeah, we might get there for sure. And in fact, look at this. Bunny running in, trying to bust this up. The stem forward here from Dream.
Whoa.
And yeah,
totally
I mean,
not working. You have to target the tanks with the Marines. You know, the tanks die so quickly, but if you're not trying to just destroy them, oh, this is good. Landing the Vikings here.
Yeah, he unsieged one of the tanks though, and now the other Vikings come back. I gotta say, like, these moves that we're seeing from Bunny, I'm not the greatest fan of them. Like, I think you're attacking into a siege position. You have like barely more. You gotta really overwhelm. Look at this. He lands the Vikings, picks off those tanks, backs up to his own tanks, continues to reinforce.
You know, honestly, this is one of the sloppier TVTs I've seen, but I think that Bunny, who was in a position to win this game, has handled the fight so poorly, actually, that, I mean, there's just not a lot else to say. I mean, there's not a lot of praise I can give, is I guess what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
He has actually fended off Dream. Dream is still getting bigger and bigger here.
It still feels good for Dream. His economy is really strong and everything. He definitely has more map control at the moment. He's taking a 5th base here. Bunny did get his 4th up, so that's something.
Yep.
And 56 SCVs, 57 SCVs. You still have an economy that you can work with. So the game may not be over, but I think we're seeing some of these base skills from Dream that are doing very well. I feel like what he's doing well here is macroing while keeping the pressure on and like continuing to expand, which is incredibly important, of course.
Okay, no man's land built in between here, and Dream takes the 5th base in the bottom right. I mean, Dream's position is better overall. He's got Bunny in his corner and is controlling the map pretty well. I mean, we don't see any attempts right now from Bunny to come out and drop or to try to push out on either side. He's pretty squished. Actually, here comes a drop right now. So there's going to be some small drop coming here, but certainly one that's going to be manageable, I think.
Yeah, and he sees that because he did spread those Marines really nicely. Now, another group coming up the other side, but a few more Marines here for Bunny, so he will be able to get through that. In fact, picks off the medevacs, picks off the siege tanks. Well done by Bunny. Dream kind of committing to that. I guess he didn't really have a lot of options to run, to be honest.
Yeah, he's definitely had a better angle there, better arch around that army. Ended up taking that pretty nicely here. So he's going to start to harass these bases, the one down here in the bottom right. I think actually Bunny can also break this position over here. There's really nothing defending this. This is a lot of tanks to lose in a moment like this, and to see Bunny shake free of this is pretty exciting.
And yeah, it's kind of surprising as well that he just left 4 tanks alone there in the middle of the map, but down they go, and Bunny cutting a hole through here, coming up towards this 4th base.
Yeah, he's coming in. He's done a great job targeting those tanks, and it's going to be Bunny now with the hold here. Ooh, overextension with that tank by a lot, and definitely not enough to fight back. This is a bit of a...
Those disables, man.
Yeah, they're pretty insane.
Those are awesome.
The game overall has been such a slugfest. Dream is going to re-seize his position here on the map. Supplies could not be more important, 104 to 164. So even though this looks like some of these fights go tit for tat, where one side loses everything only to then lose everything to the next attack, overall Dream is in fact going to be so big that he may end up rolling over Bunny
Yeah.
in the next couple of pushes here.
Well, now he's got this dominating air army, and he does have more siege tanks as well, which of course is very important. Look at this, starting to just disable everything in his path. This base, I think it's going to be forced to be lifted, likely. Bunny going to try to hold on. More tanks coming up. He can actually disable these. It looks like that's going to be a GG.
Nicely done.
Yeah, Dream takes down Bunny in game 1.
I got a lot to say about that. That was one of the more rocky TVTs I think we've casted in a while.
Yes.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Like, there was so many mismanaged fights on both sides.
Yes. Well, the initial push out from Dream got smashed by Bunny. But Bunny didn't utilize what he actually had the advantage in. He had the tech advantage, right?
Right.
And then he actually cleared 2 tanks and a group of Marines. And he didn't really utilize his tech advantage. Normally what you would do in a situation like that is reinforce your army, kind of regroup, because honestly, you have what can push through. It's not a timing-based thing. If you have, like, if you're the guy with more Marines, you go, right? Because you got to get there before they get in position. Here, you can out-position. You have more Vikings. You have an additional Raven over your opponent. You have more siege tanks than your opponent. This is more of a positional play, and he just kind of attacked, and that allowed Dream to just get right back into it.
2021 GSL Season 1.
We stood at the edge of the world, seized the stakes. We're living a life like
Team NV, Bunny.
I just realized this map looks like a tiger face on the mini-map.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
You're right.
Good Game Gaming, Dream.
That's this Matt Blackburn. That's the tiger's name.
Blackburn.
I didn't see it.
He's a pirate tiger.
Yeah.
Okay, are
Look
we
at
going to
his
go?
flared nostrils.
Yeah. 2 Rax Reaper in the center, perhaps?
Yeah. I think this is a good idea after doing the Rax in main, proxied Rax Reaper,
Sure.
to lean in even a little bit harder. So, just before this is going to pick up, and it is going to pick up pretty quickly here, you know, we don't have a ton of these maps, but I do welcome maps like this, one-on-one maps where you both hug the bottom and have to push up towards the top. I think it makes for some pretty interesting games.
Yeah.
Versus just cross spawns.
Totally. We've definitely had some really great maps, like Newkirk Precinct comes to mind. What was the name of that map where every time you'd point out that an Archon could hold the little bridge across the bottom?
Oh, what was that? I'm so bad with map names that are old.
But it was like to such a meme that even at Home Story Cup, that everyone was just talking about the Archon holding the
But it's true. It's true.
I can't remember the name of it, but we've had a few maps like that. The most recent one being Golden Wall. I like this kind of alternative layout, you know? It's fun. All right, so it is actually 3 Rax Reaper, and Bunny's going to come up and get a decent scout off.
Okay, good catch. But it is a little bit late. You would want to have found that sooner.
Well, he doesn't have his command center started, so I think he's going to be all right. He's starting a bunker. I mean, some of this obviously going to come down to where he jumps up and when. But I feel like if Bunny doesn't hold this, that's a, you know.
Well, it's going to be really bad if he doesn't hold it, yeah. He is going to get a kill on the first Reaper, but he loses a Reaper of his own. If the aggressor can keep the stacked Reapers doing damage, it's huge. He's going to get stuck. Wow.
Well, yeah, he gets a Reaper in that SCV pull, so very, very well done there. The 2 SCVs still left alive.
But I think
out comes the Hellion, and that will be able to kill this Reaper off.
Once again, the Reaper rush has been held here.
Well, he's making 3 at a time, so
I guess
I mean,
he can keep going, actually. Yeah, I stand corrected. No, it's not actually held yet.
Yeah, and he has a bunker that he can rally his defense around, but really I feel like he needs 2, 3 Hellions, and then it'll be held. 2 might be a little bit light. See, yeah, the Reapers are like not too afraid here. Between their grenades and just their quick firing, they can kind of fight these Hellions. Kind of an exciting battle right now. Starport is on the way, and that's a proxy starport. Remember in the past, we'd see people go Liberator against things like this, like especially TY, you just make a starport in the middle and go Liberator and just kill you because your factory is so late.
Oh! Hellion gets away just barely. These mine hits are pretty devastating when they hit that many SCVs at once.
Dude, this is dealing a lot of damage, but dude, there is a Liberator being made, and the Liberator will literally stop all mining for Dream, and that's going to be just brutal for him. Look at this, he's diving hard to try to actually finish this.
Okay,
but,
I think this is held.
Yeah, and Bunny's on 19 workers against 14 from Dream. I think Bunny actually is going to win this game.
Yeah.
I think that Liberator is just, that's going to fly in, and Dream's just going to shake his head and go on to map 3.
I think you're right. Even though this is still looking pretty rough over here for Bunny, I think you're completely correct in that. One Liberator could stop the mining, and then he could have another one come over here and just make sure the SCVs are finally safe.
Here it comes. All right, watch Dream's face.
All right, here we go. This sets up over here, starts to kill SCVs.
That's it.
He had to have known with no starport there, though, this is probably coming, right?
It's kind of a common counter. It's like TY kind of pioneered that, like he pioneered most things in TVT. But yeah, look at that. It's like he's just not even mining at this point.
Well, look at how fast the workers actually die off.
But he has a lot of Reapers. Like maybe there's still some sort of chance here.
I don't know.
But I think you're right that you can do something like make another Liberator and just fly it over and like maybe guard your... I don't know.
He is getting money over here. I mean, that's the big difference. These Reapers have not stopped the SCVs from mining. He could, I think he has enough. He could split them, some guarding the ramp, some behind. But, I mean, there's another Liberator coming, right?
I don't know.
Oh, I think there's actually two. No, that's an SCV. Excuse me.
He's trying to move his command center.
Now, oh, this is so funny.
Yeah, I would love to see if Bunny has another Liberator making. Okay, it looks like he does not, in fact. So he's going to end up killing all the SCVs of Dream.
The SCVs are so far away. I guess I don't know how good Reapers are at actually firing on bunkers. That's not a fight we're used to seeing.
He's making a Marine, and look at this. Dream is sitting the SCV on the depot so he can't raise it, and the Hellions are coming across. So the Hellions will stop the Marine from killing the Liberator, because you can micro one Marine, right, to fight a Liberator. But then he gets in there with that, and I think that is the nail in the coffin. The standing on the bunker, or the depot, was amazing.
Yeah, there's only there's actually about to be 0 workers in this game. The last one has been killed here for Dream. 14 workers remain right now for Bunny.
If only grenades did damage to to buildings, right?
Yeah, I believe this is checkmate here for Dream. He's dead.
I think so. I think so. Like he can dive in and start killing more SCVs here, but it's just like you can't really get anything to kill the Liberator.
There is 103 minerals right now for Dream, so that's 2 SCVs. He'll have mules as long as he has a command center in the game. But I think the Liberator could just come back and make a safer area.
Well, the Liberator can't completely stop these, right? So I think what we're seeing...
Oh, he can shoot down the command center, though, and then come back and over time, I think, defend against this.
Yeah. I think right now Dream is really trying to get, like, a draw off. Like, I think he has an idea about how to get a draw because the Liberator can't really catch those. Yeah, he's going to land here, and this is... Okay, he can make a single Marine. He can make a single Marine. It's like an island there.
Oh, this is getting crazy.
We don't... Like, Bunny could do something like... he could, like, make... He could make a medevac. He could make... Well, I guess he can't because he doesn't actually have a depot, right? So he's actually... he's supply blocked right now, so he can't really make anything else. So this is... It's a great idea, right?
Okay,
like,
so
we see the Marine go into town right there, and then you just back up. This was really smart play from Dream. I actually forgot about this little kind of half-island thing.
No, I
think you want to get in there maybe and start attacking the rocks with something, like send one SCV over and attack rocks because...
So he's just going to abandon that idea. He's going to send this back. He knows he has more workers here, and so the goal is basically to try to cover this area, start mining, because now mules are landing, and suddenly Dream actually looks like he could take this.
Yeah, and look. Oh, wait. Grenades don't actually do damage to buildings, do they? Am I crazy?
They might do a very, very small amount.
Huh. Okay, he picks off one of those. This is wildly intelligent play from Dream. Like, I think both sides, they've both made a lot of great decisions.
Dude, I think Dream can win now.
Yeah, I think he's actually going to win. I thought he was going to go for a draw.
Craziest games I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is a wild ending.
Wild, man. And even the command center taking damage.
Look at the damage he puts out here.
There's just too many Reapers.
Yeah, he's trying to utilize the range of the Hellions there, but he just pulls back and you heal up with the Reapers so quickly.
Yeah,
and that's a good.
Any Reaper that's shot is killed on immediately. So you know there's not really any room for error on either side. But there's enough Marines now. He's gonna dig his way through those rocks. I think he could just come through here and actually win the game. I think Dream is gonna go 2-0, which is remarkable.
So. Yeah. All right, he's getting a little bit of mining done, coming to the edge.
I don't know if he's mining faster than he is losing SCVs. I guess these mules make a huge difference, don't they? But yeah, he's basically got a position here where the Reapers can't get the top 3 patches, but he can hit the command center. So it's like, you know, no matter what, there's a weakness.
And it looks like he wants to get to a Banshee. Of course, a Banshee could kill a lot here, but with that many Marines, that should be able to end it.
Well, not just that, but I mean, there's no economic progression really here for Bunny. I mean, he's trying to eke out little gains here and there, but this command center, I mean, if this is killed, and now he's going to repair it, but that's only going to be a vulnerability for the SCVs. So the Banshee's coming. The Marines have destroyed the rocks. This is going to answer my question. Have now come through here, and I got to say, this is one of the most unique games I've casted in over a decade.
It is such a different one, and I am very impressed with Dream for figuring out how to take this one.
Talk about having really good instinct in a very complicated situation for how to handle this. This looked impossible.
Yeah. Felt like Bunny was doing a great job. He takes his hand off his keyboard there.
Wow.
I think he's kind of in shock.
Well, I mean, this is a game that's going to be for the history books, man.
Yeah.
Unreal. He's done it. That's it. The CC will go down, along with any opportunity for Bunny to win Game 2. Dream's going to be up 2-0.
Well, now he's going to fly over the Banshee and see if he can kill every SCV and float a building for a draw. That's the last-ditch effort, but I think when he sees how much is over here...
Yeah, no, he's going to see factory finishing. And
you got to get so, like, you have to have Dream having done, like, completely the wrong thing here to...
oh, yeah.
To get a draw in this situation. He has to Maru it up and not realize that he can float a building.
Oh, there's a robot climbing on the side of this.
Oh, yeah, dude, he's repairing. It's like a space platform of some sort.
Now, what about with perfect control?
No, it's too many Marines.
Yeah.
If it was 2 Banshees, yeah, 100%. Oh.
Yeah, you could basically fake him out, and then when he tries to get near you, you dive on top of him.
Yeah. Look at this.
He needs to find a position where he could just land this and actually cover the minerals with ease.
Yeah, that's what he's trying. I guess I mean, the Banshee's doing his best, man, but it's so tough.
There's only 50 minerals, but again, when you have a command center, orbital, I should say, you can land mules, so you're never zoned out with that last worker kill. It's one of the perks of being Terran, and that's gonna mine pretty damn quickly.
This is I mean, it's great Banshee micro. He's doing his best to make something happen here. He only has 3 gas, so he can barely repair the Banshee.
And he fires onto that Banshee. Does get the kill there. And it's only 26 minerals in the bank.
Not so much, but you know, he's making an SCV. He's making a Marine. Brings this over and gets the last of his repair off.
So that gets, you know, a couple percentage points more HP. Now maybe with perfect control, I don't know. I mean, if you get the Marines low enough, we do go into a draw.
Yeah.
Because Terran could lift his barracks up.
Yeah, I guess if you killed all the Marines, it would turn into a draw.
So he's going to have to kill every Marine, and keep in mind the rate at which the Terran's growing. He's using these Reapers to try to spot the Reapers. Okay, consider the red. This is at 13 HP.
Yeah, it's too bad. It's just every time the mule returns anything, it's like, oh, you're going to get another Marine.
Oh, I think he knows the end is near. 13 hit points. This is basically a few Marine shots, and it's gone in. Now down to 7. Again, using the Reapers, because they don't have any utility right now, you can at least spot with them.
You know, it's funny. If he had just like 50 more minerals and 50 more gas, he actually might be able to get a draw here. It's that close.
It'd be way more worth it to try to force a draw. He cannot do it, and that means Terran can mine, ultimately getting a Viking and shooting down these buildings. GG!
Wow, what a game.
Never gonna forget that game.
That was a wild one.
100 years from now.
100 years from now. When you've been dead for 82 years.
When it's my caster hologram bringing you guys the games. Damn, Dream. That's why RTS is so good.
It was pretty sick.
That was crazy.
That was back and forth for me several times there. Like when I saw he was making, making the Liberator, it's such a good counter to something like this. And then just the micro, like getting a Marine out. The fact that he made the depot stay down so he could get the Hellions in to kill the Marine so that he could really deny mining. Like, there was a lot of really great, awesome stuff going on there. Wow. Brainy game. Great first game on Blackburn, man.
That's a 2-0, dude.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that was one, it looked like for the early half of it, Bunny was just barely going to close it out, but Dream was just fighting hard enough around the minerals.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to go to Oxide for Game 3. Our best of 5 continues on.
GSL Season 1.
We stood at the edge of the world. Seize the stakes. They're living a life like dead by a candle.
Man, there were so many smart moves there. I love games
Team
like that.
NV, Bunny.
Like,
yeah,
any sort of really insane base trade. That's why SOS is such a fun player, because he comes up with crazy stuff, and they both came up with some great stuff. And then you can look in hindsight and like critique.
Gaming. Dream.
But that's like kind of pointless because you can't practice these situations. So each one is so incredibly unique. You really, you have to really stretch your brain. And some players like SOS, it always feels like they make like close to optimal decisions. But it's hard to ever fault anyone who screws up in that situation. It's like, if you're like, oh no, you just should have done this. It's like, no, these games are such, they're such snowflakes of games that you just gotta praise them for what they did intelligently, I think, a lot of the time.
Well, it takes 2 very good players to make a game that close. Like, you're totally right too. Like, maybe if he had enough to repair with that one SCV, he might have actually killed the Marines and then killed the SCVs.
Yeah, if he had...
And then the game goes on, we have to pause it and then draw it out.
There's several things. Like, if he had made less of everything else and just made a second Liberator, he would have won. If he had gotten the Banshee out quicker, he would have won. If he had... there is just such a range. Like, he could have... there's so many different little things, but he did a lot of great things to make it close like that, too. Anyways, it is not 2 Rax Reaper, it's not 3 Rax Reaper, it's just Reaper Factory for both sides.
So we've got an actual normal-looking TBT for once here. Somebody not trying to really put pressure on the other. So that means we should probably talk a little bit more about Game 1 again and how back and forth it is a nice way to say, but a little bit sloppy, to be honest, on both sides. Bunny certainly sloppier than Dream was, but...
Yeah. I think what I was impressed with Dream is like his overall multitasking. He feels like he's quicker and mechanically stronger than Bunny, is what that Game 1 really felt like to me.
I agree.
Where both of them definitely did make some mistakes. It's like if you can back up your mistakes with better mechanics and multitasking, they're going to beat your opponent's mistakes a lot of the time. But yeah, it does feel like Dream is a little bit strong right now. Game 2, I'm not really taking into too much consideration, right? That's like just based off Game 1. So Command Center on both sides. Starport's coming up. We have an add-on versus a Cyclone here from Dream. Jumps up his 2 Reapers here while the other Reapers leave, so he's going to get the full scout and some harassment damage, which is awesome.
This is pretty good, but let's see how much is actually there to defend, because, I mean, it looks like he can actually stop the command center from even making here. Fortunately, with a wall in, he's going to have to keep his army down here at the bottom.
Yeah, and we've seen that picture-in-picture, the Reapers still being microed frantically here. Already 7 SCV kills. Oh my god, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, well, I was about to say, we've really found out who had the better draw here as far as attacking in. Even though there's more to attack here for Bunny, it's so many SCVs being just destroyed here. Over a dozen SCVs is insane, man.
Yeah, that was...
For 2 Reapers.
That was pretty crazy.
Now, I think there could be a follow-up attack here, easily here for Dream. I mean, the amount that you can lose on 2 bases is pretty limited if you want the game to go on for pretty long. Now, they're both moving out.
Yeah, they're passing
Bunny on the
each
left.
other.
Yeah. Now, again, you can wall in the entrance. Even if you kill all those SCVs, you're not going to get in the main, assuming the depot's raised in time here.
Yeah, definitely needs to raise that. He's about to have a siege tank, so like the only thing he has to be scared of at all is the Cyclone. Now he comes up the ramp and takes some damage from those Marines, but he has a medevac in there, so he actually has like more options.
Right.
Oh, the Cyclone gets the lock on. Oh, he actually bounces the repairs away from the tank, but he still gets it in time.
How funny. The tank should have been killed off. 6, 7 SCVs killed on this side, but with a drop over here, continues to chip away at the worker count, although it's starting to even out a little bit, 15 to 23 in an extremely scrappy start.
These 2 are just going for each other's throats the entire time. It does this is like the weirdest harassment. Like I remember having Cyclone harassment, but with this version of the Cyclone, like landing it, getting a lock on an SCV, killing the SCV, then picking it up and leaving. It's like, what? It just looks so weird. It kind of reminds me of the old Colossus drops where you're like, should you really be doing this? Because look, now he's going to lose that medevac. He's going to lose this Cyclone. But he ends up getting a decent amount of SCVs over here, keeping Bunny's economy just down in the pits.
Yeah. Is Bunny going to attack out anyways, though? He's got his army up here. And I'm a little bit worried because I do feel like Dream is stabilized. His 3rd CC is finishing up. He's getting Ravens, which are always very handy at kind of controlling attack situations like this on 2 base.
Yeah. Dream is in a very good spot here.
Yeah.
And he knows that. He's got just the fact that he has 3 command centers and like more tech and more SCVs. That's what else do you really need? I don't know what Bunny's plan is, but that army doesn't look like it can accomplish very much.
I think he should take a 3rd pretty quickly here, but even that I think is risky. I guess he's going to attack across the map. Thing is, like, you know, when you look at games like this and people would ask, like, well, what am I supposed to do now? Well, we're sort of past that point.
Yeah.
You're in an extremely bad position. You really need to focus. If you get in games like this, you need to focus on how to avoid ever being in this position because it's so unwinnable.
It is very tough. Now, he has 2 Vikings, 3 Vikings, he has a Cyclone, he has a siege tank. Those are the big weapons that he's got. Let's see. Like, he's going to siege. Oh, and they catch it. They see it. The double Raven coming out. Throws down an auto turret here, but yeah, this is... The odds of him getting any more damage here, very, very low. And right now, look at that SCV difference, 45 to 23.
And he's attacking in, and the Vikings are landing here in front of tanks. I mean, they kill 1 tank, but another one is up on the high ground.
They do pick off the Raven, so he's killed both Ravens, which is, I mean, that's pretty legit kills overall.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is cool. But he did really well.
Unfortunately, this attack is just getting smaller and smaller as time passes here. So you're going to try to land the Vikings. I think it'd be unwise to do so.
There's no more real potential for damage here, I think.
And once he kills this attack off, he's going to take a 3rd base and just continue to grow.
Well, Bunny's still trying to figure something out here. Because, yeah, I think he can't let that happen, basically. Right? I mean, if Dream gets out of this constant pressure that's on him right now, well, he's going to just explode onto the map.
Yeah. It is a good position for this tank here from Bunny, we should point out. It's far away enough Marines can't hit it. Or I think almost entirely they can't hit it.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some funny angle on the right they can shoot it at. But
and you know what? I think he's doing the right thing by just making tanks and Vikings. Like, Marines aren't going to give him too much value right now. If you focus your economy on your more high-tech units. Oh, that's brutal. He loses one. Like, we're having great scans come out of Dream as well to see this. Wow. What?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my.
Okay, he saves that. I was holding my breath.
Yeah, if he had gotten that, man, that would have been funny.
Maybe it's fine. 33 to 51, by the way, for the worker count, which has really been the whole story. As much as this push is interesting to watch, in truth, it's about how many more resources are just being sucked up here for Dream.
Yeah, we see those Vikings really slaughtering the few Vikings of Dream there, and he keeps rotating this one siege tank. It's one of the saddest attacks, man. Like, he's really putting in his effort, and he's getting as much value as he realistically can, but look at Dream just roll out now with a bunch of Marines.
Okay,
is he countering?
Pushing down.
Oh,
yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's not that much to defend.
Yeah. Stims forward, gonna pick off this siege tank pretty easily. And Bunny, I guess you counter into the natural and try to hold.
I think this is, if you try to actually go in, I think this can be held with SCVs and everything else that Dream might have. Maybe not, though. This is a lot. Yeah. But I don't know how Bunny stops the push from Dream.
Siege is on the high ground. Like, I don't know, maybe. Drops that siege tank out. He's kind of targeting it pretty well, but the Stim Marines coming up make this very, very tough. Oh, my God. Yeah, he's just going to plow through it. Could get in. It's like almost a base trade, but not quite because we don't have enough units by Bunny.
Yeah, there's enough to actually finish the job up. Pretty smart play here by Dream. I was wondering if, you know, how he was going to handle this from here, but he just sort of slipped through. And there's just nothing you can do. And I got to say, I'm very pleasantly surprised this is a 3-0 here from Dream. I think Dream played 3 very different games and showed an incredibly wide range of TVT. GG. And, obviously, Dream was the better player in this best of 5. No doubts about it. You can see Bunny reflecting on this after it was one of his best runs in his tournament career.
Yeah.
But it was ended by Dream, who is excitedly now in the top 4 of GSL Code S.
Well, it's good to see him do well, to be honest, because the last time he made the round of 8, he was in great shape as well, but ran into Rogue and got 3-0'd, right? And that was the season Rogue just was like, oh, I'm going to win GSL again, guys. Sorry about that, and just wrecked the whole season, right? So here he is in the top 4, and that's a gigantic result for Dream. He's seeded into the next round of 16. This is a big, big deal, man.
This is crazy. Dream is our first player advancing to the round of 4. Congrats to him. I want to see if he can get any further than this, because that would be insane. And now we're going to go to an interview. I thought this was going to be a long series today. I was totally wrong, man. Bunny outplayed in every sense.
Yeah. Yeah, Dream looking superior in that way.
Dream wins 3 straight games, and with a final score of 3-0, he moves on to round of 4. Congratulations, Dream. Thank you. Okay, have a sip of water. I'm good now. Wow, what a performance from you, Dream, today. And this is your first round of 4 in your career. How do you feel? Well, first of all, while preparing for today's match,
너무 많이 받았는데
I've gained a lot of stress.
막 앞에 16강에서 태태전만 하고 또 막 연습 상대도
And in the round of 16,
받았는데
I played a lot of TVTs. You know, but overall, I'm really happy.
승부수를 띄웠습니다. 16강에 이어서 오늘도 전진병영 판짜기로
Well, you went for the proxy barracks in the first game.
판짜기의 배경
So what was the background behind the proxy?
16강에서 썼기 때문에
Well, in the round of 16, I used that strategy once.
심리를 노려서
So my opponent probably thought I wouldn't use it today.
그거 플러스 이제 재선이 형이 연습하는 걸 봤어요. 근데
And I saw Bunny actually practicing.
성주랑 20분 게임을 하고 있더라고요. 그래서
And he's been playing a late game with Maru.
후반 20분 가는 실력이면
So I thought if he can keep up with Maru after 40 minutes, I probably should not go for the macro. I mean the late game.
사신 해병대 해방선, 사신 해병대.
And the second game was just so flabbergasting. And you know, things didn't seem very good for you, Dream. at one point in the game, but you managed to win the game. How did you win?
상대가 투가스 팩을 해서
Well, the opponent went for the 2 gets factory, and I was having a hard time when he had the Banshee.
제 생각에는 그 신맵이
But in my opinion,
섬이잖아요.
the new map,
그래서
the 12 o'clock is an
그게
island,
큰 역할을 하지 않았나.
and I think the
그거
island
아니었으면
really
상처
played an
돌아온 것
instrument
때문에
role
아예
in my victory.
을 못 뽑았을 것 같은데 그러면은 벤시 나와서 졌을 텐데.
Had it not been the island, I probably couldn't go for a Liberator.
웹 제작자분한테 감사하네.
I'm just really grateful to the map maker
난전이었는데도
overall.
불구하고 판단과 컨트롤까지 완벽했다고
Well, you showed great micro in that game,
자,
Dream.
조성주 선수에 이어서 오늘의 상대 이재선 선수에 대해서도
So-
총평 한번 남겨주시죠.
So Bunny, how do you wanna rate Bunny after the game?
뭐 후반이 하나도 안 나왔잖아요. 초반에
Well,
다
today's
끝났는데
match, everything ended really quickly in the early game.
컨디션 차이나 뭐 한짝이 살짝 이 정도에서 이긴 것 같고.
I think I
실력으로
won
이겼다고
because
생각은 안 하고요.
my condition was better than
뭔가-
Bunny's today.
이번에 제가 연습을 하면서
And this time, while
태양이
practicing,
형만 저를 도와줬어요.
TY was the only one that helped me in the
근데 태양
scrims.
형이 약간 복수도 한 것 같아서.
And I think I helped TY's revenge too, so I'm really happy.
선수 혹은 주성우 선수입니다.
So your
어떤
next match
선수가 더
opponent will be either Zest or Rogue.
일단은-
So who do you want to play against?
두 선수 다 워낙 잘하는 선수라서.
Well, the two players are
그래서 전
immensely
저그전이 하고
good.
싶은 게 그래도 맵이 조금 테란한테 괜찮은 것 같아요 이번 시즌.
And I think this season the maps are pretty good for the Terran players.
정열이 형과의 7전제가 쉽진 않겠지만.
And I know that playing a best of 7 against Rogue is going to be really hard. But I do want to play against Rogue than Zest.
자, 조중혁 선수의 생애 첫 GSL.
So Dream, this is your first round of 4 in your career. So anything you want to say?
일단은 저희 팀 GGG한테 항상 고맙고.
Well, I'm really grateful to my team, GGG, Good Game Gaming,
연습 4판 도와준 태양 형과
and also really
연습
thankful
한판
to
도와준
TY
신영이 형한테
for helping
고맙고.
me scrim 4 games, and also to Innovation for helping me 1 game.
네, 좀
It's not many games.
I know.
결승까지 가보도록
I'll
하겠습니다.
try to make it to
전태양
finals.
선수가 4판 도와주신 거예요.
So TY helped you with 4 games. Oh wow. Okay.
축하드립니다.
All right. Once again,
감사합니다.
congratulations, Dream. Thank you.
네, 이렇게 오늘 첫 번째
All right, not as many games as I would have expected.
No, he's like, yeah, I played 5 practice games. It's like best of 5. What are we doing?
I know. Almost as many games as the actual match that we had here. Kind of crazy 3-0. I'm enjoying our new maps. The results are exciting. I don't know. Dream crushed it.
Yeah. Well,
Bunny looked weaker in every way, but game 2, man, never going to forget that. That's an insane match.
Fantastic game there. Yeah, thank you to the map makers who made these beautiful new maps.
Yes.
So up next, we're going to have Rogue versus Zest.
We'll be back in about 10 minutes, guys. Bye-bye.
양념 툭툭, 올리브유 또르르. 우와, 그리고 제로. 너무 좋다. 맛은 배로, 칼로리는 제로. 칠성사이다 제로.
야채 착착, 당토 톡톡, 아보카도 슥슥. 그리고 제로. 이렇게 맛있다고? 맛은 배로, 칼로리는 제로. 칠성사이다 제로.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터. 울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
관리받다. 관리하지 않는 순간에도 관리받다. 14일 동안 정성껏 발효한 브루잉 콤부차로 관리받다. 브루잉 콤부차.
아이시스 에코. 오늘 내룩의 찰떡.
마시고 분리수거 끝.
많은 분들이 아이시스 에코를 따르고 있습니다.
이것도 라벨이 없네?
무라벨은 따라해도 대환영. 팔로우디 에코. 아이시스 에코.
숙취 요즘 누가 저렇게 깨니? 맨날 똑같은 거, 맛없는 거. 깨. 이제 탄산으로 깨. 숙취 해소의 새로운 기준. 가스강. 환도 역시 가스강이 대세.
디자인을 하면서 가장 중요하게 생각했던 부분은 울트라 기어의 차별화된 브랜드 메시지를 잘 나타내는 것입니다. 신과 영웅들의 최강의 무기들을 검토하였습니다. 그중 니케의 승리의 날개를 모티브로 지금의 울트라 기어의 로고가 탄생하게 되었습니다. 울트라 기어의 이니셜인 U와 G를 비상하는 날개의 형상으로 레드 색상을 사용하여 강력한 에너지와 힘을 나타내었습니다. 울트라 기어는 최상의 퍼포먼스로 진정한 게임의 즐거움, 승리의 기쁨을 여러분께 선사할 것입니다.
양념 툭툭, 올리브유 또르르. 우와, 그리고 제로. 너무 좋다. 맛은 배로, 칼로리는 제로. 칠성사이다 제로.
야채 착착, 당토 톡톡, 아보카도 슥슥. 그리고 제로. 이렇게 맛있다고? 맛은 배로, 칼로리는 제로. 칠성사이다 제로.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터. 울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
관리받다. 관리하지 않는 순간에도 관리받다. 14일 동안 정성껏 발효한 브루잉 콤부차로 관리받다. 브루잉 콤부차.
아이시스 에코. 오늘 내룩의 찰떡.
마시고 분리수거 끝.
많은 분들이 아이시스 에코를 따르고 있습니다.
이것도 라벨이 없네?
무라벨은 따라해도 대환영. 팔로우디 에코. 아이시스 에코.
숙취 요즘 누가 저렇게 깨니? 맨날 똑같은 거, 맛없는 거. 깨. 이제 탄산으로 깨. 숙취 해소의 새로운 기준. 가스강. 환도 역시 가스강이 대세.
디자인을 하면서 가장 중요하게 생각했던 부분은 울트라 기어의 차별화된 브랜드 메시지를 잘 나타내는 것입니다. 신과 영웅들의 최강의 무기들을 검토하였습니다. 그중 니케의 승리의 날개를 모티브로 지금의 울트라 기어의 로고가 탄생하게 되었습니다. 울트라 기어의 이니셜인 U와 G를 비상하는 날개의 형상으로 레드 색상을 사용하여 강력한 에너지와 힘을 나타내었습니다. 울트라 기어는 최상의 퍼포먼스로 진정한 게임의 즐거움, 승리의 기쁨을 여러분께 선사할 것입니다.
Look where we are. We've made it far. The overgrowth is breaking apart. Step by step, don't rush ahead. Winter's kind. She gives you
Quarterfinals. Bunny, Dream, Rogue, Zest. GSL Season 1, Code S. Africa TV Freak Up Studio Live. LG Ultra Gear and Hot 6 2021 GSL Season 1.
We're back, everybody. Thank you for waiting. It's time to go to the second best of 5 in the round of 8. And I think this one will be better and longer than our first best of 5.
It would be very difficult to be shorter.
Yeah.
That would have to be a very big bop. And yeah, I can't imagine it being like a very big bop between these two, but
I think if it is a bop, if there's some boppery that's going to go down, it will be Rogue crushing.
Yes, I would agree with that. I don't think that Zest is going to just smash Rogue 3-0. I think that's like basically impossible, but Zest winning I don't think is out of the question. I know his Protoss vs. Zerg hasn't been as strong, but
his style hasn't been as strong. His PvC style, I think it's still viable, but against Rogue, I'm not so sure.
Well, the thing is, he mixes it up too. Like he might have invented something new since last time we saw him. It's possible. Like, I don't think that's going to be what happens. I think Rogue is going to win.
I would be so excited if Zest actually dominated here. I just don't. Rogue is one of those players that in certain matchups, it's really hard to even visualize what a loss would look like.
Yeah, when
Because
he's on,
he's-
he's the strongest, I think. It's like,
excuse me.
He's ridiculous. When he has his tournament wins, he just looks unfathomably good.
when he is the best, it looks like the best that any StarCraft player could ever be.
Yeah, kind of.
Like he's reached the zenith of skill,
yeah, and
so to speak.
It's funny too because there's a mixture of like really great late game and really good rushes and pure abuse where it's like, oh, this is going. Like a bunch of his championships were just like, oh guys, I figured out the Nidus run before everyone else. Like one of his Katowice wins was straight up that.
He'll lean into whatever works, but
do you remember that year, Tasis, when he was literally just running links up the wall and popping it up behind the wall and killing everyone?
Nidus just go right by the robo. He's like, this is what I'm actually rushing. I'm rushing this text. I remember, I think we were in Katowice when that was really popular, and somebody was like, yeah, man, like the disrespect, just like put it there. I'm like, no, it's not even disrespect. That's literally the play is to actually Nidus rush the robo.
Totally.
Because if you kill immortals, you will the source of the immortals, you win the game.
It was so funny. It was so funny.
Now, look, Zest has looked to be untouchable as well. But when he is making it work, it's with these insane brainy timing attacks where it's hard to know what exactly. Oh, hold on, we're going to go to
Before
interview.
we head for the second game of tonight,
Sorry.
both of these players have this is their 11th GSL round of 8 today. It is Rogue and Zest from Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Hello. Hello. So Rogue, you first. You had 4-0 wins in your round of 16 to come here to the round of 8. So now you're the last standing Zerg. So what's your opinion on that?
솔직히 저가 요새 많이 안 좋은 것 같아서.
Well, honestly, the groups are really hard these days for
8강
me.
때도 제가 자신 있는 토스전이니까.
So in the round of 8, this is the ZVP that I'm confident in, so I'm going to have to try really hard today. So Rogue, you also previously mentioned that you didn't want to play against SOS in the round of 8, but Zest has successfully defeated SOS to come here. So how do you feel?
연습도 열심히 하고 잘하긴 하는데.
Well, Zest's been practicing really hard, and he's been really good these days.
그나마 그 토스 3명 중에서 제일 편한 것 같습니다.
So out of the 3 Protosses, I think Zest is the easier one to play against. So Zest, it's his 11th GSL round of 8 today. So how was your preparation? You had a very short time.
연습 기간이 짧아서.
Well, that's right. I had short prep time.
연습해가지고 더 손이 좀 잘 움직이는 것 같아요.
And I think, I'm able to warm up my hands better. So Rogue just mentioned that you are the easiest one out of the 3 Protosses. So Zest, you have to take revenge against Rogue as well, right?
네, 제가 격렬히 첫 우승을 제가 시켜준 것 같아요.
I mean, I was the one who yielded Rogue's first victory.
5세트에서 막혀가지고 그게
I was gonna use Cannon Rush, but then I got stuck in the 5th game, so I want to take revenge today.
IEM 카토비체의 결승에서 두 선수가
So in
만나시고
2020 IEM Katowice finals, you guys played against each other.
자, 과연 오늘 경기 스코어 예측 한번 해볼까요?
So how about some score predictions before head for the next match?
엄청 자신 있어가지고 3대0 할 수 있을 것 같은데.
Honestly, I'm really confident tonight, so I think I can beat Zest 3-0 today.
2 정도. 주성 선수는요?
So Zest, what about you?
네, 저도 연습이 잘 된 것 같아요.
Yes, I practiced really hard too.
뭐 3대1이나 3대2로.
So I think I'm gonna win 3-1 or 3-2.
오늘 공통점도 많아서 더 흥미로운
And these two
경기인 것
players have a
같습니다.
lot in
마지막으로
common.
한마디씩 해볼까요?
So before
먼저
we
주성
head for
선수.
the match, anything you want to say to each other?
그냥 앞 경기처럼 너무 재미없는 경기.
So I hope this match doesn't turn out as boring as the previous match.
재밌는 경기 하자고 하시는데요.
And Zest wants to have a fun match. What about you, Rob?
그거는 성욱이 형이 어떻게 준비했는지.
Well, that depends on how you prepared Zest.
제가 첫 8강 그때 성욱이 형 이기고 올라갔을 때랑 지금이랑
So in the first round of 8, you know,
더 달라진
I beat Zest. So I'm gonna show how different I am compared to back then.
넘으면 7전제가 남아 있는 상황이고.
So both of these players will be playing against the round of best of 7 in the next round of 4.
두 선수 모두에게 가장 중요한 고비가 될
And
경기.
this will be very important to both players. So we'll play the game now.
Wow.
Boring?
Throwing some shade.
Boring? You mean Game 2, which was one of the greatest RTS games that we ever saw, was completely down to such an insane moment?
There were no adepts in it. What do you want him to say?
Yeah, I guess he's like, I've learned nothing here. Look, man, I've got my bets on Rogue here. I just think that he is such a strong player. I would love to see Zest come out on top, but Zest, especially PBZ, as years have passed, seems to be unable to consistently crush Zergs. He has these breakout moments where he's tricked them and he's managed to beat them, but time appears to be the enemy of Zest.
Yeah, I mean, his time is drawing to a close. We know he's going to the military soon. He thinks this is his last season.
Right.
So maybe that kind of drives him forward to try to really innovate something new here. But honestly, like, I mean, he has such a storied career already. He's come up with so many of the different builds we actually take for granted against Zerg. Like, all that adept garbage, that was him, man. Like, the Void Ray builds, those were his. Like, the macro Void Ray builds.
Yeah.
There were, like, he actually has innovated more than anyone else. So, I will never talk poorly about his PVZ. I will never say a bad word about Zest. He's our handsomest, strongest Protoss ever.
I will do the bad talking of Zest. I mean, I think he's great, but his styles have always seemed to be something that can't stay afloat for that long.
Yeah,
and
well,
that is the opposite of Rogue. That seems to just like Rogue. It's all a matter of like, has he been working out or not?
Yeah.
Like if he's in shape, he is just kind of better in every aspect. And
I do agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, but to be fair, no one can maintain the same style with Protoss. All Protoss styles have to be revamped more often than the other races' styles.
That is true. That is
so
very
I
true.
think that's part of the reason why he has that feel to him.
That doesn't give me confidence, though, against Rogue. I think Rogue is just looking...
Yeah. Nothing gives me confidence against Rogue. Unless he just won a championship, I think he'll win.
We've casted this guy so many times. And there's so many moments in my head while I'm casting where I'm going, Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Like, he just looks untouchable. And I think this could be his season to win. We're going to find out.
Dude, yeah. Like, as soon as he made it in the round of 8 and we looked at that bracket, it felt like Rogue was going to the finals easy.
Yeah, no kidding. We're going to start this out on our new map, 2000 Atmosphere. And Game 2, by the way, will be on Blackburn. So let's see what a top-tier PVZ looks like on these two brand-new maps. Our game has now loaded up. This is Game 1 in a best-of-5, Rogue versus Zest.
2021 GSL Season 1.
We stood at the edge of the world.
Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Rogue. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Zest.
All right. Let's see how this goes. Probe comes down for the block, just makes it a third, okay. Of course, 2,000 atmospheres, right? That refers to the pressure. So this must be very far down because the pressure is the weight of 2,000 of our atmosphere at sea level.
Damn, Artosis. Yeah. Animals and nature.
Yeah, man. I'm all about that.
You tree mage you.
Tree mage. That's what I wanted to do when I was a kid, was all this animal stuff.
I thought you wanted to be a glaciologist.
No, that's when I was older.
Okay.
That's when I actually became an adult. That's what I wanted to do.
Before that, it was like, what, a petting zoo?
No. A guinea pig farmer.
A guinea pig farmer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just always loved animals. Anyways. I mean, we're watching a drone chase a probe, whatever.
Talk about the game, casters.
That's really important. Yep.
Talk about that probe making figure eights inside the mineral patches. Yeah, I'm mostly interested in seeing what Zest is going to do build-wise.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's a chance Rogue pulls the trigger and there's some type of extremely aggressive rush he wants to do, but he doesn't have to.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't think it would be particularly on this map that we would see that, but definitely he's someone that will have stuff like that in a series.
The layout of bases on this map doesn't seem like it offers anything novel or abusive as far as adept play.
Yeah. No, I would definitely agree with you there. And one thing I want to mention is it is a Stargate, but he actually started Warp Gate immediately, which is an important thing because that's kind of like faking non-Stargate. Because generally you go Stargate and then Warp Gate, and I mean, a Zerg, a world championship player, looks at that and knows that it's late, right? So he knows that that was on time. His Overlord was seeing it when it started. So it's just like a small mind game. Will it make a difference? We don't know.
Second gate added on.
Oh, man.
Okay, who cares what Protoss is doing?
Yeah. So, well, I mean, he's actually left a probe here. If he gets the shield battery down right there, like...
If.
Yeah.
This is, okay, so this is going to be...
He's about to have an Oracle pop out. Here it comes, here it comes. Let's see. He gets it. He gets it, Tasteless. Oh, man. 2 Adepts on the inside here. Here comes the Oracle. Gonna help to shred these Lings down.
You want to chase the drones here, right?
No, I think you kill Lings.
Okay.
Well, maybe you're right. Maybe you are supposed to chase
the drones.
Like it's better
to get the drones, but maybe the Zerg gets in.
Yeah, you would have made like 1 million Lings in this situation.
Yeah,
so I think you just want to make sure you stay alive because Rogue's economy is trash now.
Truly as well, there's already...
Oh, that's
not, it. Yeah, there's already... Their economy so badly damaged. GG, blah, 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 I can't talk. Zest wins. And by the way, I will actually say it this time, actually a little bit of disrespect with the play.
Oh, from Rogue?
From Rogue, yeah. I mean, look, he knows that if the pylon comes up, you stop that, and he might think that maybe Zest is in his own head a little bit. You know, especially when you get to a tournament match, it takes a few minutes to kind of get in yourself. I mean, you and I have been playing in these StarCraft 1 qualifiers, Artosis, and it always is a little bit weird the first minute or two that the game starts.
Yeah, sure.
Where you're in a setting you're not comfortable with, and you have a little bit of that adrenaline. But Rogue knows that's how Protoss stops that. It's actually just the click of a button.
Yes, okay, that's true, but I do want to point out, and it's probably happened in some other tournaments that I haven't seen, but that is the first time in GSL we had a probe sitting there waiting for that, and then had it actually occur, where they blocked it. That is the first time in GSL that's
Well, we've
occurred.
seen that build before.
Oh, yes.
And I think that's
it's won
why.
every game in GSL until that one. I'm not kidding.
Game 2's up, guys. Another new map. Let's do this.
GSL Season 1. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Rogue.
Blackburn is our map. or as I call it, Aslan face.
Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Zest.
Yeah, man, it's
it is a face in the minimap.
It certainly is.
So,
scary face too.
Yeah.
It's got his little tiny teeth there and everything.
Oh, those are teeth?
In fact,
you think?
You know what? If you look inside of the face, there's an Ultralisk face. It's got the tusks that are those bases with the double gas.
The double, okay.
Okay, Tasteless, look at this,
oh,
right?
I think I see it now.
We have the two eyes there, and then the tusks are the minerals and the gases. There's a smaller Ultralisk face inside of the lion
For
face.
me, I see that as tormented orangutan face with his big, wide orangutan frisbee head there,
yeah,
too.
I kind of see that, but those look more like tusks than his cheeks, right? Those are some really pronounced cheeks. That's like that's a Brad Pitt orangutan, man. And you wouldn't torture that ape.
No. Well, maybe, but you know what I mean. Yeah, every once in a while we get a face on the mini-map, but this time, yeah, we've got two.
Yeah,
is there a third one here?
I think it's important to have maps where you're both at the top or bottom to get the good faces. Because otherwise it's like on too much of an angle and you can't.
Well, otherwise you get a Picasso face, and that's kind of cheating.
You don't want to see that. Anything can be a face at that point. It's like, you know, when you look up at the stars and you're like, yeah, that's a horse. It's a guy on a horse.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
no,
I've always taken
not.
issue with this. They're like, yeah, that's a guy driving a chariot. I'm like, that's like 3 lines. You know?
Yeah.
Look at this. This one's a giant scorpion. I'm like, no. You had to draw way too many points on that to make that a scorpion.
Cheers to the dippers, though. Big and little.
Big and little
They're
both.
killers.
Hey, shout outs to the dippers.
Yeah. Dippers
I
are
see
legit.
So I think this is going to be a more normal game. We don't really know what would have or could have been had Rogue played more straight up, but Rogue did go for the, I think, one of the most straightforward cheeses at the pro level.
Yeah.
And as Artosis said, I mean, there was a probe there to block it. You know that couldn't have lasted forever. I mean, there is a solution for that. It's not like Lings and Drones are just that good. And I think we're probably going to see that strategy over time get phased out. And it'll come back in every once in a while, almost as a surprise.
Yeah, I think it's something that should be used occasionally for sure, but yeah. Damn. That has to be a Terran missile turret thing right there. Look at it. That thing looks scary. It's actually tracking.
Yeah, imagine if Terran actually had that. You ever seen that? Like
I heard it was a Terran map, but this is
Ooh.
getting ridiculous.
Did he actually scout that?
I'm not sure. Oh, he did.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah, he probably...
Placement of that, I think, is enough to telegraph this is probably DT's. You don't know for sure, of course, but...
Well, we'll see how Rogue defends here. Brings out a Stalker.
Road Shore coming here.
Oh, that's okay, Tasis. When I say something, you just talk about that Road Shore, all right?
Yeah, no problem. Got it covered. Oh, there's a good gamer room down there below the base.
Oh, wow. Yeah, look at that.
Let's go there, man.
They got some air hockey tables. That's the best game.
Yeah, that is not the best game.
You don't like air hockey?
It's okay.
You must be really bad at air hockey to have an opinion like that.
Oh, I'm probably pretty sick, man. I think I could beat you in air hockey.
There is literally not even a chance. Based on your attitude of air hockey, I know that I'm better
Okay,
than
we
you.
got, all right, we're going to have a money match coming down here.
100%.
Money match air hockey coming up. If we're ever near an air hockey machine. Which
we got to talk about the rules of it, though.
Okay.
Can you lift your paddle up?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Well, no, this is, you know.
Yeah, but no, I think that's legit.
There's, well, you know, it's like a house rules thing, right? Do you pick up the paddle to, like, stop the puck so that you can get a better shot off?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah, that type of thing.
Like
It's, some people don't like that. Some people don't like that.
Showing you my knowledge?
The fact that you, well, the fact that you don't know that that would be a question, again, makes me know that I'm going to wreck you when we play.
Damn. It's on. DT rush inbound here.
Yeah, drops a couple off in the main base,
yeah.
picking off a queen immediately. Oh, he's going to get the spore as well. Oh, my God, Tasis.
Oh,
you know how you were saying that Zest wouldn't bop Rogue? You fool. You joker, you clown.
But Zest didn't answer the question of if he could raise the paddles or not. Rogue thinks it's house rules, and he just knows. It's not fair, man.
There's no rules in PVZ, Tasteless. Oh, he's going to get that one up. Is he going to lose
this is
everything?
so weird. Wait. I think he actually can still kill it, just
yeah,
barely.
You're right. He's going to
that's
kill
so
it.
funny.
Oh, man, and 3 more DTs come in.
Invisible men.
Invisible men everywhere. Look at Rogue just shake his head.
Wow, these guys are just having some dirty strats.
Dude. He said he hopes it's not as boring as the first match, and he's killing him with he killed him with a wall and then with invisible men. Look at that. The invisible men aren't just fighting; they can be seen. They're visible men now, and they still win. They still win as visible
men. Okay, this is already a very good best of 5 here. I like what Zest did.
Very good best of 5, is it, Tasteless?
Well, I meant like underlined and exclamation points at the end.
This might be our fastest round of 8 days.
These games are interesting, man.
They are interesting.
That last one was great.
Okay. I mean, the DTs worked. It's crazy. Rogue just could not get a spore up, man.
Yeah. Great control there on that one spore to get that kill. That's one of those moments, like if it can get down, then you basically win, and the game goes on. It's not over, of course, but crazy. Already into game 3 here. It's going to be on Romanticide. The players have asked to start it already. It's loading up right now. Rogue versus Zest, tied up 1-1 in this best of 5. Let's go. Right now. Yeah.
2021 GSL Season 1.
We stood at the edge of the world, seized the stakes. They're living a life like dead by candlelight.
Series, man.
Dragon Phoenix Gaming. Rogue.
You know, we've talked a lot lately about Zest, inventing things for his race. You remember everyone was talking when that build that he used in Game 1, that Link drone?
Phoenix Gaming.
Yeah. When that first came out and started wrecking all the Protosses, there were all these threads about, should Protoss have a door and stuff, and it kind of became a meme.
Yeah.
Zest just invented the Protoss door, man. He just leaves a probe there just like he's playing PvP.
Yeah.
It's I just make a shield battery. It's just like PvP.
It stops everything else and shades.
Yeah, it stops shades, it stops drones.
Yeah.
He's like, did you guys know you can just
You guys thought Protoss needed a drawbridge? Like this is some kind of Dungeons and Dragons game?
Yeah. You guys with your Dungeons and Dragons.
This is Aliens versus Predator, my friend.
Yeah. My gosh. And then he kills him with invisible men and even stands and fights as visible men?
Yeah. Visible men. I'm going to get some hate now for making fun of Dungeons and Dragons. There's going to be one guy who's like, funny, Casey. You should know better.
Have you ever played?
I have actually been meaning to. I have a couple friends that play out here.
Yeah.
Actually, a couple groups of friends, even different groups. But
oh, really?
It's tricky because unless you do a one-day game, you really can't miss out, according to my friends, on playing a game. And then our schedules move around so much out here. And when they're playing in the evening. We cast in the evening, of course. So I've just not really had time to do it, and I don't want to commit to something and then have a bunch of people begrudge me.
Yeah. I always thought it looked pretty cool, but didn't really have any.
It's basically the origin of a lot of the games that we play now, even on console and PC and stuff,
Yeah.
Some of the rules. Board games as well, actually.
Yeah.
I've actually been confused by people that don't really appreciate board games.
Board games are great.
I don't really like playing Monopoly, but if you get a really good, sophisticated board game, you follow the rules and how it works, and if it, then that's actually the structure for a normal game.
Yeah. And some of these games are so complicated, you can cheat when your friend gets up to go eat or something, get some food or go to the bathroom and stuff, and just get an edge like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to find a board game where I can send drones in at the start to the entrance with links. Yeah.
No, there's definitely some good board games out there too.
Card games, another thing. My brother is, of course, quite into Magic now, but was into it as a kid. I didn't really get into it. I liked the cards and stuff, just the designs and everything, but I wasn't that interested in playing. But as I got older, I gained a great appreciation for CCGs.
Yeah, those are fun.
There's so much to them.
Damn, there are a lot of good games out there.
Yeah.
Why is StarCraft so good, though? I don't have time for any of these others because I just have to spend over 20 years now on one game.
It's a tough time to be a gamer, Artosis.
Yeah,
there's so many good games out there. You got to pick and choose.
Yeah.
And there's some you can follow and some that are like you could follow StarCraft. StarCraft's a big commitment to get good at.
It is.
That's why people, get so excited when they get to Masters or GM. It's like, oh my God, this took me forever.
Yeah.
I know so much. to get this far. It's such a rewarding feeling.
Yeah, so much and so little. It's such an endless depth.
So,
endless depth of
endless
knowledge
depth.
And despair.
Dan, endless depth Stemkowski over here, the great caster.
Oh, here we go. Double Stargate
Yeah,
Tasteless. This is what I was waiting for.
Yep, you beat me to it. I was going to say, with the Void Ray out, it looks like this could be that different style that Zest has showed us before.
Oh, I can't believe the Spore's not ready and no Queens are there. Are you kidding me, Rogue? Rogue is off, man. He only gets 2.
Ragu.
Ragu. Ragu. It's like the spaghetti sauce.
Yeah. Well, he's going to get the Adept here, but the Void Ray is going to make it completely not worthwhile to commit to the... Oh, maybe I'm wrong.
He's making a lot of lanes.
He is going to commit to it. I'm sorry.
He's going to try to get a cancel, and with no
Does
more
this work?
units here, yeah. I think he'll get the cancel. Oh, he's going Nidus.
Wow. Okay, it's not even about the Nexus then.
Yeah, this is a very, very quick Queen Ling Nidus.
This is going to be another short one, everybody.
It definitely
He's
is,
like,
one way or
look
another.
At me, Zest. It's Surgling, man.
Now, I think he actually doesn't want to fully show everything he has here.
I think you're right. I think he's bringing Lings out here. And when you start to see more Lings running around like that, you're going, oh, you scumbag.
If you can catch that first Nidus, that's huge. It's huge.
Now, I think you need some Lings back here to kind of draw attention into this. And he's got Lings attacking the wall.
God. Oh, he's actually sneaking the Nidus in the back of the main. Beautiful.
No, this is all a red herring for the actual attack that's going to be launched here into the main. And this isn't a blind spot. You can't actually cover everything very easily when you do this build.
Yeah, and now he's going to know. Zest in a lot of trouble here.
Damn, Rog.
Ragu, man.
More like Arigatoni. This is so... I think that might just be the game.
Yeah.
I don't think you can recover from this. I mean, this is sort of the Achilles heel of the Void Ray build. If you have this many Queens that can come out and do this much damage.
Yeah, like if this hit somewhere in the front where he had shield batteries, maybe. But here it's like he's losing so many probes. I guess if you attack with everything you have at once and target, maybe there's a tiny chance you can do something.
I don't think so. GG. Rogue wins. And the cheesiest series we've had in a while.
Yeah, and Zest's wish to make this more interesting in the first series, I don't know if that's going to come true or not. Like more, what did he say? Less boring?
He said not as boring.
Not as boring.
This is definitely not boring.
Yeah, but the first one wasn't boring either, so...
It was exciting until the pylon came up. How about that, Artosis?
Yeah. Okay. This is so fast. Just cheese.
Now, what is Zest going to do to win in the next game?
Or what is Rogue going to do?
Ragu.
Ragu versus Zest.
Ragu versus Zest. Guys, short little break, and then we come back to hopefully a longer series. Don't go away.
If I'm up by the lakeside, no, I don't really care what we do, 'cause everything just falls by the wayside when I take time with you. Am I crazy for not wanting to chase lights? No, I just want a table for two. No, I don't need a reason to make time for date night with you. You and me alone, better than all the pictures on my phone. Too good to be true, but we're living our dream. Candlelight on the roof, but we're still in our jeans. It's you and I dancing the good life. Dancing inside of our room, but we're giving up sleep. Like Paris in June, but we're just on our street. It's you and I taking the view life. Dancing the good life. We don't have to worry about next week. And it might look a little bit messy, but both insane, dancing in the rain. Captions full of words that never really could explain. Maybe we're insane, but there's nothing I would change. I'm passing all these memories, but I'm still just stuck on you and me alone. Better than all the pictures on my phone. How could I give in, baby? How could I ever say no? Too good to be true, but we're living our dream. And the light on the roof, but we're still in our jeans. It's you and I dancing the good life. Dancing inside of our room, but we're giving our sleep. Like berries in June, but we're just on our street. It's you and I taking the feel like dancing the good life. Are we both insane? Dancing in the rain. Captions full of words that
양념 툭툭, 올리브유 또르르. 우와, 그리고 제로. 너무 좋다. 맛은 배로, 칼로리는 제로. 칠성사이다 제로.
야채 착착, 당토 톡톡, 아보카도 슥슥. 그리고 제로. 이렇게 맛있다고? 맛은 배로, 칼로리는 제로. 칠성사이다 제로.
울트라 기어로 부드럽게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터. 울트라 기어로 선명하게 이긴다. LG 울트라 기어 게이밍 모니터.
관리받다. 관리하지 않는 순간에도 관리받다. 14일 동안 정성껏 발효한 브루잉 콤부차로 관리받다. 브루잉 콤부차.
아이시스 에코. 오늘 내룩에 찰떡.
마시고 분리수거 끝.
많은 분들이 아이시스 에코를 따르고 있습니다.
이것도 라벨이 없네?
무라벨은 따라해도 대환영. 팔로우디 에코. 아이시스 에코.
숙취 요즘 누가 저렇게 깨니? 맨날 똑같은 거, 맛없는 거 깨. 이제 탄산으로 깨. 숙취 해소의 새로운 기준. 가스강. 환도 역시 가스강이 대세.
디자인을 하면서 가장 중요하게 생각했던 부분은 울트라 기어의 차별화된 브랜드 메시지를 잘 나타내는 것입니다. 신과 영웅들의 최강의 무기들을 검토하였습니다. 그중 니케의 승리의 날개를 모티브로 지금의 울트라 기어의 로고가 탄생하게 되었습니다. 울트라 기어의 이니셜인 U와 G를 비상하는 날개의 형상으로 레드 색상을 사용하여 강력한 에너지와 힘을 나타내었습니다. 울트라 기어는 최상의 퍼포먼스로 진정한 게임의 즐거움, 승리의 기쁨을 여러분께 선사할 것입니다.
Quarterfinals. Bunny, Dream, Rogue, Zest, GSL Season 1, Code S. Africa TV Freak Up Studio Live. LG Ultra Gear and Hot 6 2021 GSL Season 1.
Welcome back to GSL Code S. I don't know, man. This has been a very short day overall. I mean, we had a 3-0. Some of those games in the first 3-0 pretty quick. And then we have yet to really get to a developed PvZ, but that is because of the strats that these guys are playing out.
They're choosing each other very hard.
Yeah.
Like the DT game could have turned into a macro game.
Sure.
The other two, no, they could not have.
No, it's a binary with those, unless it gets very specific, like it's barely held and there's just enough probes.
Yeah, that almost
never happens. And you can't even think about it like that before you do it. You have to know exactly how much of a commitment this truly is. So now we go to our fourth map, and that's going to be on Oxide. Again, the winner of this best of 5 goes on to the Final 4 in the GSL.
GSL Season 1.
We stood at the edge of the world. Seize the stakes. We're living a life like dead by
Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Rogue. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Zest.
Now we wait, see what these guys are going to have planned for each other. Probe comes out to block. Hatchery's already over at third.
They've got to have a longer game, right? They've got to.
Oh, I thought game 3 was pretty long, Tasteless.
Well, you're right.
We
got
up
all
to
the way up to
Tech.
Void Rays.
Yeah, there was like 4 or 5 Protoss units out, and you know.
You saw how many queens were made back there?
Speed finished.
Yeah.
That's
pretty good setup though by Rogue. I mean, it was a really well hidden attack. I think a lesser player would have not had any lings come out and hit the front, which is why. I mean, the fact that there were enough lings attacking and were being killed.
Yeah.
Is why Zest did not even look for that.
He was close enough to breaking the wall and breaking the third.
Yeah.
It was scary.
And you could see that Rogue knows, okay, if he didn't check for the all-in, I would win anyways. But I can actually throw away this many lings just to draw attention away that when this pops out, if they haven't stopped it, it's over, which is what happened back there.
Oh, it was well done, no doubt. All right, Cybernetic Score is going to be finishing here in a second, and we'll see what Zest is up to. Takes a little bit longer to see what Rogue's up to. He's got to get some lings out to chase this pro boy.
I don't think Rogue's going to do anything cheesy. It does seem like
I
don't think he's going to do it.
You wonderful man, you trusting, loving human. You think Rogue's not going to cheese him in some way?
I don't think he's going to cheese him. I think it's going to be a normal game.
Oh my! This is why people love you, Tasteless.
It's because the wonder I still show for these players. I'm like, I think they're going to
You think these two dirtbags aren't about to cheese each other? Oh my! Tasteless. You know how much money is on the line and how much prestige? Oh.
I think there is going to be a second Stargate here.
Yeah, might be.
I think we're going to see Zest try to do what he did before.
Yeah, I would like to see it. Like, I actually think the Korean Protoss versus Zerg meta is way off. We're not seeing enough double Stargate plays. Really feels that way. And yeah, he got caught there and like did get killed, but that, you know, there was like some mind games going on. He snuck the Nidus in. Generally, that build will hold just about anything. And if he catches the Nidus, he holds that too. You know?
Yeah.
Just never cleared that Overlord. The Overlord came in at a funny angle and everything. All right, Oracle first.
Yeah, and the second one being made now.
Yeah, we did get Overlord speed, right? So that's kind of useful. Going to be harder for Zest to pull any cheap shots.
We're still waiting to see if the second Stargate's going to come down. But for now, the Oracle is going to swoop in.
Yeah, we'll see if he actually, I think he'll go Void after the second Oracle to clear Overlords at least and, you know, have that little bit of...
Whoa,
dude, what?
Chill. 4 kills on that.
Yeah, not bad, 4 kills.
Yeah, but quite a bit of damage on the hull of the Oracle.
Yeah, you have to be very careful. Let's see if he makes a Void. Like, double Oracle with no Void is not common right now. Second Stargate. Before third Nexus. Interesting.
Thank you. This is exactly what I wanted to see.
Yeah, and
it's something I wanted to explore in this season, and I think this is a good set of players to actually see how this works. Now, he did spot it, but he did not spot... Oh, never mind. He does spot the Fleet Beacon as well.
But this shows how confident Zest is in this build, that literally Speed Overlords are flying over his 2 bases and seeing all this, and he's still like, nah, it's fine, man. You just go carriers here. Third Nexus carriers. It's all good.
When we first saw this, I was curious how much of this is hinged on them not being ready for it. But when you see this happen, this is a game we can actually learn quite a bit from.
I think so. I think you're right because from here, like, Zest is so sure that he's not going to die here that I would I expect for Rogue to just drone insanely. Oh, he's going to go across the map?
No.
Truly?
Well, I mean, I guess we're going to learn now. Excuse me.
I can't imagine that
allergic
these
to
four queens walking across the map can actually kill this.
Okay, so
like,
I'm totally unsure about this. Oh, well, that's actually really, really good for him because he's going to kill both.
Well, that's not how Zest wanted that to go down.
So, yeah, 4 is not normally what you see, but I guess if they're just getting 2 Stargates, 4 queens is still enough to fight anything coming out of a Stargate, right? So
yeah, but if he kept the 2 oracles alive and then the 2 carriers come over, I think they just get cleaned. And in fact, he turned around. So he already forced enough of a response there just by, like, he killed 2 oracles, and he knows that Zest has to play defensively here. So he turns around. I like that a lot. And there's no real way for Zest to re-scout that, right? Because he lost his oracles.
Sure, yeah. I mean,
they're
he
not
might think it's
there
still
now.
inbound.
Yeah, just the fact that they aren't there.
This is
like,
dirty.
That shows him.
We're going to have it drop into the main. And again, I mean, carriers are scary, Void Rays are scary, but these units do suffer from some of the same trappings of the Broodlord in that they can't be everywhere at once. They're not that fast. And so as the carriers come out, let's see how much damage can be dealt into the main here. Queen's going to be able to rush this, actually, while on creep.
Yeah, out come the Lings. See what they do damage-wise. Carriers starting their harassment. Might need a recall on those. We'll see. He does have a fair amount of adepts. Maybe you just want to utilize them. Ooh, 4 probes already.
Ooh, this is getting bad here. I do feel like Rogue's got a pretty good handle on this, but let's watch and see how much damage is actually done to those with these carriers, not to the carriers.
5 probes get killed, which is like, it's pretty good for the Ling cost, but I think Zest is fine.
Oh, no.
Oops.
More Lings come in.
Well, he did leave the 2 adepts up here.
Yeah, but I think he can get a few more probes. It hurts.
Yeah. And this is that 4 carrier build into gateways. We did see this already once or twice.
Now, we do have 14 Corruptors on the way.
Now, yeah, and the Corruptors obviously can kill off the carriers, especially if they are out of position even a little bit. But Corruptors don't kill Zealots last time I checked.
This is just not doing very much, these carriers. Watch this. He's going to get 1 kill on this one.
Yeah, a lot of damage on that one, too.
Yeah, and I mean, can he carry this all the way back home? Zerg seems to have a lot of momentum here. I mean, Protoss is just now getting the development, like the infrastructure set up, because this is one of those inversed builds where you get, kind of like when you see a battlecruiser made first and then you get all the barracks and everything. Same idea here where you get the carriers or the, whatever else area you want to get.
Get them immediately and then go back.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. Okay, well, they pop out, and obviously the Corruptors can kill those. What's up, Gamer?
What's up, Gamer?
Oh.
You making flyers? Me too.
I was going to say, if he comes over here and kills a Nexus, I think he's pretty good.
I think that's what he should do.
Yeah.
It's like, what's up, Gamer? You got a base over here?
Moves those Corruptors over.
He's got a game over here instead.
Here he comes.
Here he comes. You like video games? Huh? You like playing games? Huh? You go to tournaments? You the best of all your friends? What's up, buddy?
You're the greatest trash talker, Jason. You truly are.
I mean, this is domination.
Yeah.
This is absolute
domination. He
domination.
He liked to play games, but he doesn't anymore.
No, he's thinking about uninstalling the game right now for sure.
Yeah, it's tough. Like every flying unit he makes is picked off by these other flying units.
Yeah, I can make air units. I usually make the ground ones, but
yeah, sometimes I make ones.
Yeah, these ones only hit air. GG, Rogue wins.
Oh my God, 2-2. This series is something else. It is something else.
That was domination.
Like Rogue really smashed that. And the thing is, he got quick Overlord speed, and Zest knew that, and he just skipped going for a Void Ray, because, like, what? I mean, if he's going to scout it anyways, is it worth? I don't know. Goes into carriers, gets some harass, takes a little bit of damage from Lings, but then the Corruptors just fly over, and he's not ready. When we saw that build previous, I want to say that there were Archons, but maybe his build was a little bit slower or something? I'm not 100% on those timings. Anyways, Light Shade going to be our 5th map here. One of these players going to that round of 4.
This has just been such an insane series.
Yeah.
Rogue 2 versus Zest 2. The final map is being loaded up right now in one of the most unusual PVZs I've ever had in a best of 5. Let's see who wins it all. and moves on to the round of 4.
2021 GSL Season 1.
We stood at the edge of the world. Seize the stakes. They're living a life blinded by a candle.
Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Rogue. Dragon Phoenix Gaming, Zest.
So the question now is, should he go for Stargate, double Stargate again?
Oh.
Because I think, well, I mean, we'll see if Rogue cheeses or not, but I think if Rogue just goes for Speed Overlords to check, I think he's going to know it's coming. And
but
I do want to go, well, let me just finish this one idea here. Like, I want to see, first of all, is it viable at all? Because there were a couple weird things that went on that game, especially the 4 queens that made it look like it was an all-in, and then he pulled back. And I don't know if that threw off Zest, because
it definitely did.
It does seem like Zest, you know, when you go for double Stargate, especially with carriers with that, there is a bit of a balancing act going on for the Protoss.
You got to defend if they're coming, and if they're not, you got to cut.
Yeah.
And what he needed, well, the thing is the Oracles flew over the Queens. That was the bad part. If he still had the Oracles, like if he had even turned one of the Oracles away, he could have flown around still, double-checked on them, sent some revelations, maybe found the Spire, had a good idea of what's going on, and then defended it. But he had no intel after that. It's not like he has a sentry to send something in. You know, his carriers go across the map, but they have to stay on the fringes or they die. So, yeah, a lot of... It feels like every game in this series, a lot of small things going right or wrong for each player is leading to how each game ends up. It doesn't feel like we're actually going to figure out which player is better. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think in the sense that we're not going to have the standard PvZ and the back and forth of, you know,
like someone's going to win, but the way these games have gone, it's like each of them are choosing a build order.
They're not they're not replicatable.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna have, like if they had to play first to 20 wins, I don't think you're gonna have
this. Yeah.
The same. I mean, for instance, a Nidus all in like that was set up like that. Now they do seem to be pretty well designed for a best of 5.
Sure.
Which is what we're in right now. But I do want to say it does seem like Rogue has been the one to lean in harder to the all-ins.
Yeah.
Actually, he just has leaned in harder to the all-ins.
He has. And the DT build wasn't really an all-in. You know, it
I mean,
was
when it works like that, it ends the game. But
yeah.
just because you ended the game with that does not make that an all-in, which a lot of people actually confuse when they talk about the game.
Yeah. All-in means you can't really transition from it. You just, it has to work. You're putting all your chips in the center, basically.
Like the drone pull that we saw
that's
in
an
game
all-in.
1. That's an all-in. Like, yeah, he can go back and mine, but at this
you
level
will
of
never
play,
beat someone.
they will just kill you. Like, you can't give up that many workers too early to have them bounce off of a pylon wall and go back and mine. So we've got a Roach Warren coming here. We do have the Oracle going to come out now.
And we'll see. Where's Rogue going to go from here? Is he going to do something like get a layer quickly here?
By the way, guys, day 3 of the ASL is up.
Yes.
Do check that out. So when you're done here, it's on this YouTube page. That recording is out. Thank you for your support on Patreon. So when this ends, you can keep watching more StarCraft on the channel.
Yes. In fact, do that.
We've got 12 links coming.
Yeah,
14 now.
A lot of lings being made, but
is
he
this
is
number
walking
going to hike?
He's walking across the map, though, with Adepts and 2 Oracles. The Adepts aren't going to be able to get anything done. They're going to cancel that Shade. The Oracles, though, he waited for 2, and now he's flying in. The Spores are not exactly ready. Oh, okay, well, does some hits on his way by there, and getting a decent amount of... loses one.
I mean, this is a lot of kills on drones. It looks like this Oracle's going to get away. 10 is enough.
That was good. That actually, yeah, I think that was pretty good for Zest. And now he's going into just massive glaives. Like 6-gate glaives, I think?
Yeah, and I think this is a pretty good follow-up. You know, Zest has always been good at recreating these types of timing builds and re-engineering them. and re-envisioning the way that they can be used at what time to hit in the game. And I think this is a pretty smart setup here. Yeah, especially killing that many drones there. Maybe the next follow-up attack is going to be quite strong.
Yeah, if you're re-droning and everything, right, instead of making units that can catch you off guard. Now we want to keep an eye on Zest and see if he keeps any probe production up, right? Because he is making that third Nexus.
What? Oh, I guess you can do that because they're shading. Sorry. Sorry, guys.
All right, the glaives are not done yet, but he does see a lot of Adepts. Yeah, no more probes for Zest as of right now. A lot of Lings here, some Queens, not that much Roach or Ravager. 2 Roaches, 1 Ravager.
He's going to cancel that, yeah. He's gathered up outside of here. Oh, nice!
Man.
Damn!
Yeah, that's pretty darn good.
That's so good. Doesn't commit to that. Instead, tries to target down a Queen, the one with the most mana.
Yeah, and actually, he backs up really quickly there, so he's very on top of how he wants to execute this. He has made a couple probes since this started. But yeah, that's just something you want to kind of keep your eye on, right? Like if he's trying to transition at some point. Just more Adepts, 6 more Adepts on the way. Finishes that shade.
He's backed up. The Zerg is re-droning.
Ooh, 2 more kills there. Dude, this is many Adepts.
This is such a funny way to play it. He shaded all the way back, and now he's come back forward again.
Well, he caught the Lings, which is kind of nice, but now the Lings can easily go in and kill that Nexus.
But is the Nexus really the most important thing right now? I wonder.
Maybe not. Maybe he needs those there.
Yeah, because these Lings can't actually trace the shades now. And look at the targeting here. There's like a wall of Adepts coming up here.
Yeah, he's going to deal a lot of damage. Sure, he loses that Nexus, but maybe you needed the Lings at home here as
God.
Rogue.
He just gets the Warren!
Well, what are you going to do now? Make Lings against this?
Lings are fine. Wait, no, they're not.
Yeah, the Roach is chasing them down right now. Shades through them. He's actually running away. Doesn't want to fight. Just picking off more drones. I think he'll finish that. Yeah, it does finish.
Yeah.
Surrounded by Lings, though, so he is going to lose these Adepts.
Yeah, that actually was a little bit more poor than I thought it was going to be. Now he's warped in some more, but it doesn't seem like the game can go on much further from this since Protoss doesn't have a third.
Oh, yeah, it looks a little bit rough. Like he has the 1 Oracle. And other than that, how does he defend this massive attack coming in? He's just got this, like, very small amount of Adepts. 9 Adepts does not beat 18 Roaches, 30 Lings, and some Ravagers, right?
I don't think so, Artosis. Zerg's going to come around again.
Oh, he actually went home.
The Nexus has been started up here. I think these are going to commit, though. We got an Observer with this group, and so this Nexus just can't complete.
Great counterattack here, and he does have to cancel it. Right, the Adepts coming in. They're actually shading back towards home. So they come in like kill a Roach, but for that he had to cancel his Nexus. Doesn't feel like a very good trade.
Well, the problem is Protoss isn't developing behind this, right?
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to get into like possibly Disruptor here, making a couple Immortals.
Yeah, he's got an Immortal out here, but I think the attack here for Zerg is pretty impressive. I mean, the counterattack of Adepts is always kind of a threat. And let's see how much he can do with that here. But this is going to be a full-on attack here at the entrance. Now, maybe with these Adepts on the other side of the map, it's possible to kill off enough drones if Protoss holds. Maybe that'll be the ace up his sleeve.
Maybe. He is going to get that Cybernetics course, and now he can only warp in Zealots. That is going to be rough. He does have these shield batters out, but oh my god, the bios.
Oh, there's just nowhere to run with that Immortal. It is brutal. It is stuck there.
Oh my god, like he's putting out good damage with it, and he's got the overcharged battery as well as the other one's helping out. A Disruptor will be coming, but he actually gooped it, so one of them is delayed. Now that could be, oh no, it was actually a good dodge.
Yeah, he's going to get the Immortal. I think he can get the Disruptor. He may have to run out here, actually, for a second, because the next shot's going to come in. Yeah, that pylon's still powering it.
But let's just mention, in that little picture-in-picture, we see the Adepts massacring the drones. 32 drones dying during this. So he is dealing a lot of counter damage.
There's only 5 workers, 3 workers remaining here for Rogue. I think Zest may be able to hang on and actually clutch this. Another Disruptor shot comes out. It actually misses the Ravager.
Oh, sick
Oh my,
dodge.
This is insane, dude. He's going to run up the ramp now. Another warp in here. The targeting on the Disruptor, make it. It won't get it killed up before it can fire again.
Yeah, he actually warps in not close enough to the gateways there, so gets a slow warp as
and
well.
He could actually slaughter that. It's only one drone on the other side of the map, but I think there's too much here for Rogue.
And Zest, I think he's going to be eliminated. He's trying to repower this one gateway. Almost has a disruptor done. Not going to allow that to occur. There's only one drone, though?
Yeah, there's only one drone. He's sending the Adepts back, but I don't know how strong the Adepts are going to be with this fight.
Rogue has...
No, Rogue has too much, I think.
I think so. Like,
yeah.
He's using the batteries. He's doing everything he possibly can.
No, this is just...
It should not be enough. I think that Rogue wins with one drone.
Yeah.
And no minerals. If he had a building that could lift off, he might still be able to get a draw, but he doesn't. GG.
They should look into that.
Rogue takes that with 35 minerals and one drone left.
Could not have been a closer ending.
My God,
and
what
I'll tell
series.
You, there was a few tiny errors that were made there by Zest, where I think he might have actually been able to hold a little bit better. He missed a shot or two with the disruptor.
Yeah.
He maybe could have warped in at a better location.
Yep.
His Sim City, when the attack came, didn't seem to help him. It seemed to almost cage in a lot of his units, which
it was cramped in there.
Yeah, it was claustrophobic, frankly, in the wall-in. And that means Rogue is going to move on. And honestly, one of the craziest PVZs for a series. I mean, talk about every game being completely different and insane.
Yeah, that was a fight in the mud.
Wow, what a match that was. Rogue was down 0-2, but he managed to pull off a reverse sweep. Congratulations, Rogue. Thank you. The last game, you had a hard time due to the Oracles and the Adepts. But in the last game, you managed to win, and then you managed to defeat Zest. How do you feel? Well, first of all, my performance has been embarrassing today.
생각지도 못한 빌드를 계속 당해가지고
And I just kept losing to builds that I didn't expect. So, you know, everything was going really wrong.
운이 좀 많이 따랐던 것 같아요.
But I think I was fortunate in the end.
다음 시즌 16강 시드까지 따내게 되신
So now you earned a seed for next season, round 16.
정말 극적인 승리였죠.
So that was a very neck-and-neck match, Rogue.
2세트 로공 배제했더니
So you lost the first set, and then you lost the second game because the DTs came into your base.
올인으로 판짜기한 배경부터 들어보세요.
So what was the background between the Zergling all-in in the first game?
스타일을 잘 알고 있어서
Well, I know how Zest plays.
돌아가길래 계속 돌아가서
So when the cybernetics core was just like working,
아니라고 생각을 해가지고
I expected Zest to not go for the
그리고 두 번째 판부터도 제가
the gateway.
그 오버로드 잡히는 걸 처음 알았어요. 그래가지고
So I didn't know in the new map the overloads can be cut out.
0대2로 밀리고
So you were down 0-2.
빈틈을 잘 노렸죠.
But then you managed to pull up the reverse sweep.
원래 준비한 빌드인데 제가
So did you prepare the Nidus beforehand? Yes, I did.
안 되는 날이구나.
You know, the game was going wrong,
좋았던 것 같아요.
and then I was lucky to find a spot where I could Nidus.
확인하자마자 대처도 노련했습니다. 여왕 올라가고 본진 괴롭히고.
And then you went for the Queen and the Zerglings into Zest space.
사실 GSL에서 이 타락귀의 위상이 굉장히
In GSL, you know, the Corruptors have a pretty bad reputation.
이병렬 선수한테 타락귀 좀 어떠세요?
But Rogue, your Corruptors are definitely different. So what does Corruptor mean to you?
깜짝 놀래키면은 좋아요. 근데
What the Corruptors are very good at surprising the opponent. When the opponent knows you're going for the Corruptors, it's really easy to cope with.
방금도 그 제가 캐리어인 걸 빨리 확인해가지고.
You know, I was able to use the Corruptors well because I knew Zest was going for the carriers fast.
타락기가 깜짝 놀라켜야만.
So you're saying that Corruptors are good for the sneak attacks? Yes.
자,
Okay.
이렇게 오늘 위기를 잘 극복해냈고
So Rogue, you were able to overcome some hardships.
격차를 벌렸습니다.
And then you managed to pull a reverse sweep.
이병렬 선수.
So this is the semifinals now.
이
And Rogue, you know, you're really strong at the best of 7.
상대로는 조중혁
And your opponent will be
올라왔는데
Dream, who has just won his first match today.
어떻게 생각하세요?
And Dream actually mentioned that he wants to play against you. So what do you think about that?
너무 기뻤던 게
So when Dream advanced, I was really happy.
연습을 못 하는데
Because if Bunny made it, I could not scream against Maru.
상대가 너무 좋기 때문에.
But now that Dream has made it, I can scream against Maru now.
네, 연습 상대 꿀이다. 알겠습니다.
Okay.
자, 과연 이병렬 선수의 7전제
And we'll see how Rogue's best of 7 plays out in the next match. So anything you want to say?
마지막 적으로서 지금
So as the last third standing,
같다고 생각을 하고 있는데.
you know, my mindset is that it's finals every game.
저랑 조지명 씨 때 저한테 술 마시면서 저한테 자신 있다는 거예요.
And Dream actually told me that he's confident against me.
GSL에서 한 번 더 혼내주고 싶습니다.
So I'm gonna try to punish him in the next round 4 match.
다시 한번 4강 진출
Once again,
축하드리겠습니다.
congratulations, Rogue. Thank you.
네, 이미 마음 많은 결승에
Well, I think we can be happy with Rogue advancing here. I mean, he is always a player you could be excited for moving on. Great games and very interesting. A best of 5. I mean, talk about so many different approaches here.
It was a wild day. It was like super duper fast and just so many cheeses all over the place.
Yeah, this was about 2 hours.
I wonder what Thursday will look like now.
Well, I think Thursday will be longer. For sure.
It would be incredible if it was shorter, honestly, a couple TVPs. But yeah, Dream vs. Rogue. I feel like that's a little bit expected. And yeah, Dream says he's not afraid, but maybe he should be, man. It's Rogue.
Look, I mean, I think it'd be so cool if Dream won, but I've got to be realistic.
Yeah.
I think Rogue is the clear favorite. I think we can all agree with that. Tomorrow we've got Hurricane versus Maru, and then Innovation versus Trap. And Innovation versus Trap, I'm especially interested in seeing who wins. Maybe Hurricane can pull off an upset, but, you know, Maru is one of these players, kind of like Rogue, where, you know, he's sort of always the favorite.
Yeah, I really expect it to be Maru Trap, but you never know. Crazy things happen tonight. Crazy things can happen on Thursday.
Sure.
And we are kind of getting into a new era as well with who's good and who's not, and what types of levels everyone's playing
I do
at.
always feel like Season 2, in our 3 seasons a year, Season 2 we really have a better idea of where everybody's at.
Yes, that's for sure.
Season 1, there's a lot more discovery of, you know, which pros are good. And
that time off, who was really spending it well.
Yeah, exactly. So that does it for the first half of the round of 8. Definitely tell your friends to check out these games. I think Game 2 in our TVT today was incredible.
Yeah, that was
and it's cool to see that we can still have games like that. And then, I mean, the PVZ was just wild, man. I mean, it was like
all of them.
Everything was
insane. Kind of insane, yeah, and so fast as well. Well, there you have it. I hope it's not Zest's last season. He seems to think it's going to be, but we've had a lot of players say that and then play 3 more seasons.
Yeah.
Because you actually, like, you basically tell the Army that you're ready, and then they eventually tell you when you're getting conscripted, but he clearly doesn't have a date yet, or
you don't pick the exact date. Yeah. You don't sign up for this one day. You give them a range, and then they pick you and pull you in. So
they'll let him know eventually when he is going to actually end up going, but we don't know exactly when that is. So maybe he plays the next season. We have Super Tournament coming up after this one. Maybe he's in that.
We will see. Yeah, and again, if you didn't get your fix of StarCraft, the ASL VOD is up. So do check that out, Day 3.
Yes, it was a good one.
It was a good one. No spoilers. It was an exciting recording, and yeah.
Yeah, that's on this channel if you're on the YouTube.
Right, so you can just, when you're done watching this, just go right to that. And I don't have much else to say. Again, we're always on Monday and Thursday now.
That's right.
These are our permanent GSL code estates until we let you know otherwise.
Mm-hmm. So for the whole year. Well, wait, actually, no, even Super Tournament now we're doing Monday, Thursday, too. That's right, because we were doing it last year as 4 days in a row, but we have it split up again.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, and by the way, yeah, so the top 4 here get seeded into the round of 60 next time, as well as the top 4 from the qualifiers, right? Yeah. And then the other players from the qualifiers are going to Code A. Originally, we were going to have it, so Super Tournament, top 4 gets seeded, but that won't be the case anymore.
That's all the time we have, guys. We love you. Stay safe, and we'll see you on Thursday. Bye-bye.
it's hard to believe that we made it this far. We were born in a dream, we've been lost out at sea, but together we are unbreakable.